tongue just to get a deal, then it ain't real. If they can cancel me for truth, I ain't never been free. I'd rather build slow with my tribe than blow fast with those who don't ride. FBA coin in my veins, blockchain in my bones. This wealth ain't rented, it's homegrown. Bloodline billionaire, I don't chase their bags. My worth's in the people, not in brand tags. And my folks don't back me, I don't want that gold. Cause alone in the system, my soul gets sold. Let the sponsors dip, I still stand tall. With my communities, love,
I'm about to get started just a minute, y'all. Sending out some invites real quick. Come on up in here, hit the like button, support foundational Black American content creators. Support us.
Sleep like a pharaoh that silence my soul for some clicks in the barrel. Blockchain ledger, that's freedom encrypted. Decentralized flow, so I can't be evicted. FBA coin, my people, the stockholders. Real wealth ain't loud, it just moves colder. I plant seeds and trust, not just NFT art. Ownership from the soil, legacy from the heart. Bloodline billionaire, I don't chase their bags. My worth's in the people, not in brand tags. And my folks don't back me, I don't want that gold. Cause alone in the system, my soul gets sold. Let the sponsors dip, I'll still stay tall. With my communities, love, I can't fall. Crypto independence, I'm breaking the chain. FBA coin rising, we changing the game. I remember thinking wealth meant a white handshake, till I saw how fast they retract when you ain't fake. Speak truth on air, suddenly you banned. But in my hood, honesty earns you fans. Every coin I mint is a vote of trust. Every block I build leaves ash to dust. No boardroom can judge my skin or speech. I'm teaching kids generational reach. FBA pride, deep like code is script. Built for storms, we don't fold, we flip. I don't sell silence, I market resistance.
Some likes up, y'all.
My currency, pure existence. Let them keep their stand.
About to get started here in just a minute. Go ahead and share the live, share the live.
We ain't guests at the table, we chef our own. Blockchain tables, new thrones get grown. No mask, no act, just truth to the core. With FB a coin, I don't need them no more. Bloodline billionaire, I don't chase their bags. My worth's in the people, not in brand tags. If my folks don't back me, I don't want that gold. Cause alone in their system, my soul gets sold. Let the sponsors dip, I'll still stand tall.
What happened to my boy Dream, man? What happened to Dream, man? I ain't seen my boy Dream in a long time.
No leash, no script, and every rhyme I spit, ownership equipped, no middleman, no edit, no apology. I answer the ancestors who honor me. Each coin I drop funds a future free, no tax on the soul, no fees on.
Come on up in here, y'all. We about to get started. Culture ain't costumes, baby. We about to get into it. The difference between culture and customs. We about to talk about it, family. Come on up in here, get them lights up. Shout out to Dr. No Job. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Legacy.
Man. If y'all only knew what was going on behind the scenes, man, we doing some fantastic things behind the scenes. But anyway, welcome to the Too Much Moxie podcast. I am your humble host, Too Much, and we about to get into it today, family. Okay, we about to talk about this culture versus customs. The difference between culture and customs. We're about to talk about it because they keep saying, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing these Africans. I'm tired of hearing these Caribbeans. I'm tired of hearing people like 𝗖cie迄𝘁𝗁𝗄 who keeps profiting off our culture, but got nerve to tell us we ain't got no culture. I'm tired of it, family. I'll shave when I want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't work on y'all schedule like that. You know, I do my own thing. You know, I don't have to worry about all the worries y'all got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? In that corporate America thing. You know what I'm saying? I do my own thing, baby. So if I want to shave, I shave. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is, man. The money gonna keep flowing. You ain't gonna stop my drip. So it is what it is. But anyway, let's get back to it. Listen, man, I'm tired. I know my FBA family, y'all tired. Y'all tired of hearing these niggas say? These dumb, stupid, ignorant, non-researching, white supremacy colonized people, docile, can't get it popping in their own homeland. The nerve of them, the audacity, right? The delusional, the 35 and under crew, the disenfranchised young folks on the continent, trying to tell the big dogs, the ones that make it fashionable, cultural, iconic to be black. Tell us we ain't got no culture. Well, now you about to get this work. Because I keep hearing that line, black Americans have no culture. And to be honest, I'm just sick of it. So today, we are breaking it all the way down. The difference between culture and customs. And why foundational black Americans, the biggest, are one of the most influential and cultural people on the planet. I don't know if you've seen them South Koreans lately, but they sure do try to take from our drip. They sure do try to copy our culture. I don't know if you've seen China lately, but they sure do try to copy our culture. I don't know if you've seen the Olympics, but they sure do try to copy our culture. They put hip-hop in the Olympics, family. Did y'all know that? I know y'all saw that. Who are they imitating? The biggest. So let's start by getting our words right? See, culture is not what you wear or eat. Culture is a people's systems of beliefs, language, art, music, governance, resistance, and survival. It's the software of the civilization. Literally, it's the software of the civilization. Now, customs is nothing more than the outward expression of a culture. Things like handshakes, dances, weddings, funerals, foods. So when people say we don't have culture because we don't wear kente cloth or don't do tribal dances, they're talking about customs. They're just talking about customs, family. Oh, you don't have a language? Customs. We do have a language. We speak like black Americans. Everybody, when we speak, you know, see, black Americans have a distinct voice, distinct tone, distinct sound. We have this slang. Let me tell you something, brother. We are the English language. We make English sound so freaking cool, so freaking amazing. You understand what I'm saying? The way we talk it, y'all wish y'all could talk it. Matter of fact, everywhere I travel, when I travel around this beautiful earth, when I go to different countries, different continents, who are they trying to speak like? They're trying to speak like me. In their best with their best accent. When I hear a lot of these Africans, when the way they talk, and especially the ones that go back and forth between these two continents, who do they try to talk like? What slang are they using? What vernacular did they pick up? They try to talk like me, family. When y'all use the word nigga, oh, you nigga, who are you? Where'd you get that from? Come on, you got that from us. I don't want to hear none of that stuff that we don't got no culture. I don't want to hear none of that stuff, we ain't got no culture. We got more culture than Africa. Let's keep that a buck. You got customs. Yeah, you can do a tribal dance, you know. Running it, do the running man in place, run real fast, but tap your feet on the ground, jump, then jump, and you wear these little cultural pieces. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't culture. Your culture, you know what your culture does? It stays on your continent. Nobody outside the continent is doing that stuff, brother. Nobody's eating goat's heart. Okay? Nobody's consuming pig's blood. Nobody's putting blood in their milk and drinking it, brother, because that's a custom. That's not a culture. See, culture is real power. Culture is real influence. Culture runs the land. Culture is a belief system. You understand what I'm saying? It's spiritual. Spiritual. If we really lay it on you guys, see, it's like I'm an adult and y'all babies. And y'all babies are trying to tell me how life works. And y'all have no clue. Y'all gotta go back and build first. Before you come talk to Black Daddy. You gotta go back and build something first. Before you can talk to Black Daddy, you gotta go back and experience some things. You got to get some wins under your belt. You understand what I'm saying? It's much easier to have a conversation when you're winning than when you're down bad. You know what I'm saying? It's much more easier to have a debate when you got some wins under your belt. But the moment we ask y'all, what have y'all built? It's like crickets. And then if we get even more specific and say, what have you built? It's even, you can hear a pin drop. A lot of you Africans come over here and Caribbeans. I built a good life for myself, nigga. Okay. Got you a house. Got you a car. Got you a wife. Got you a kids. Great job. Name somebody who hasn't done that. The YT man's done it. Black Daddy did. Ben Dunn did that. Great. You're supposed to build a family and a good life for yourself. You're supposed to do that. Especially in a land that's modernized, an economy that has integrity. You could thank Black Daddy for that. You're supposed to be able to do that when things are already set up for you to succeed in that fashion. But can you do it from the bottom? Can you do it from the mud? If you could do it from the bottom, and if you could do it from the mud, you would have built this already in your homeland. You can lose your customs and still maintain your culture. Especially when you built it yourself from scratch. They got their custom and their culture handed to them from birth. We built it. Everything here we built. There's no such thing as white American culture. It's only Black American culture. It's only, in America, it's only American culture. And American culture is Black American culture. Foundational Black American culture. Not just some generic black culture. It's foundational Black American culture. So and it's so iconic and so amazing that all of y'all come over here and try to copy us and make some bread. You're welcome. You're welcome. You can thank us for that. You're welcome, by the way. You're welcome, by the way, 𝗖𝗁. You're welcome, 𝗖𝗁𝗁𝗵𝘁𝗀. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. See, we can play this game all you want to, and we're gonna keep being the biggest. And here's the most amazing thing. See, we don't have no. It's not just word of mouth. It's not just some oral history. It's fully documented. See, we got oral history, and we got the receipts to back it up. All you got is all talk, no action. You think you're educated because you got indoctrinated by the American school system? No action. You think you're educated because you got indoctrinated by the American school system? Shame on you. Because the American school system left a lot of things out. A lot of things out that if you don't go beyond the American school system, if you don't do your own due diligence, you're gonna be talking like a silly African or a silly Caribbean. Delusional. You're gonna be talking like an infant. You know, I'm smarter than you, nigga. I'm educated, nigga. You talking like an infant. You know, I'm smarter than you, nigga. I'm educated, nigga. I don't think so. Because that common sense ain't common. See, some things are caught, not taught. Common sense is caught, not taught. See, if you don't have common sense to back up some of that book smart, you ain't really gonna be worth a plug nickel, really. Not in society. Maybe in a specific field where you don't need others to communicate with, and you can just work on your own, and you can just utilize that one book smart brain power to do this one specific thing. But if you want to be able to touch multiple people around the planet, you got to have some common sense. You got to have some street smart to back that book smart up. You got to be able to relate to people. See, one thing about Black Americans is, again, we're relatable to all people. We're the most dominant culture on this planet. Everybody's watching us to figure out what the next trend is going to be. See, y'all get stuck in customs. We grow the culture and create new customs. You understand? They're the difference. They're the difference. They're the difference, family. You want the hat? Go to muchoart.com, muchoart.com. Get your hat, brother. It's there for you. We grow the culture and produce multiple customs. Where you get the handshake from, where you get dap from. And we get more sophisticated with it, so y'all can't even really keep up with it. Because our handshakes be changing. Our music genre. We create so many different music genres. It's like on to the next. What's next? What's next, family? Y'all stuck in the past while we have that futuristic mindset. What's next? Y'all still doing the boogie woogie, the oogly boogly dance, the cultural tribal dance, and trying to bring that into 2025. We ain't doing the Watusi, we ain't doing the chicken, we ain't doing the bird. That's old. We're not singing the doo-wops. Shoo-weep, do. We're not doing that anymore. It's old. It's done. That custom was back then. But what's current today? That's culture, family. That's cultural. That's iconic. You don't got no language. No, our language grows. You see our slang, it just gets large. Listen, we can write a whole book of just Black American slang, foundational Black American slang. We can write a book. We went from jive turkey to what's popping. On fleek. I mean, we literally created a whole language. Just coming from the hood. Just coming from our own language. I didn't understand what the heck we was talking about. But we know. But y'all say we don't have no culture. So what does FBA culture look like? We didn't just inherit our culture. It wasn't just passed down to us. We invented it. You keep talking about Afro beats. What the heck is Afro beats? Afro beats came from us. That's how slow you are. Go ask the person that does Afro beats, and he'll tell you he was inspired by foundational Black Americans. Us. Reggae. Us. We do. Listen. Any genre of music y'all do, we do it better. We sing our R&B better than your R&B. Why? Because we the inventors of it. If we do reggae, it's better than the people that claim reggae because we invented it. They got it from us. Reggaeton, don't make me play my reggaeton song for y'all. Don't make me play my reggaeton song for y'all. Because it's better than reggaeton itself. And I just did that to be facetious and to be funny. I just did that to show y'all, hey man, whatever genre of music we touch, it's gold. From jazz, blues, rock and roll, soul, gospel, R&B, hip hop. All birthed right here. Country is ours. You see Beyonce doing a country tour, tearing it up. Why? Because we the inventors of this shit. And y'all just the cosplayers of it. Y'all stuck on customs. Y'all stuck on costumes. We just keep pushing the culture. We just keep elevating the culture. See, you can't elevate no costume. A costume is what it is. It's a costume. A costume is what it is, a costume. A custom is what it is. It's just a custom. You know, some people understand it, a lot of people don't. But a culture, that's a living organism. That's something that's never going to be outdated. It's only going to be updated. And that's the problem, Africa. That's the problem, Caribbean. You haven't updated your culture. You're still working with the same hand-me-downs. Instead of getting your own clothes, you're wearing another man's clothes. Instead of creating your own outfit, you're wearing another man's outfit. You're wearing your great-great-great-great-grandfather's hand-me-downs, and you acting like it's cool. You still got your grandma and your grandpa's Jesus sandals on, and you think it's cool. That's what it is. So, you don't think what I'm saying is culture? You ever seen a protest without a chant? A march without a rhythm? A speech without FBA fire put on it? You ever been to church and you see them preachers? Ah! That's us. And then when you go to Africa, they try to mimic that. Come on, family. Listen, we the inventors of when we preaching, well, Jesus, You go to the African church now. When it comes to black church, that's all us, family. When you see, listen, have you ever been to one of them evangelical YT churches? Who are they imitating, family? Who are they imitating? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. We the culture. We're not just people of customs. We create customs and give it away. And we move on to the next. We got a handshake one way today. We went from dap to now. You know, you can't even do some of the handshakes that we do. You got to have brain power to remember some of this stuff. We gave the world the black church, the barber shop, the beauty shop as sanctuaries, slang that becomes mainstream, fashion born from nothing but made into everything, marches, revolts, freedom songs, coded quilts, jazz poetry, codified language. That ain't just black American, that's FBA world shaping culture. FBA world shaping culture. World shaping culture. We done in spoken word too. We done infused ourselves into everyone's culture. When our culture get infused with their culture, our culture dominates their culture. Now, yeah, they may have customs that look different from us. Things that they do, foods that they eat. But the culture, that's foundational black American culture. That's just what it is. Y'all get them likes up. Man, we already at 10K. Jesus Christ. I got to bring some people up in here, man. We already at 10K likes. Y'all, I done looked up, family, and y'all already at 10K likes. Let me get through this real quick. The transatlantic slave trade didn't just drive traffic. Didn't just traffic people. It trafficked trauma. We were stripped of our original names, language, clothing, dances. Our customs were erased, family. A lot of our customs were erased. So y'all keep wondering where this language come from. We lost it, so we invented something new. We used to dress one way. We lost that, so we invented something new. We took the European cloth and put our spin on it. But here's the thing that they couldn't strip from us, though, family. We lost some of our customs, not all, some of our customs. But they couldn't strip our culture from us. See, if they were smart, they would have stripped their not from us. See, if they were smart, they would have stripped their not. They would have stripped the culture from us and not the customs. See, customs can be remixed, can be changed, can be upgraded, can be updated. But the culture is what it is. The culture is the essence of the people. The culture is the innovation of the people. Family, the culture is everything. If you're gonna defeat a man, you better make sure you take his culture away from him, not just his customs. Culture survived. It was morphed. That's why our Sunday morning praise is mixed with that ism, that pain, that spiritual connection. That's why our foods tell a story that's more than just scraps. Whatever we eat, we make sure we put that seasoning on it that make it taste good. Our seasoning ain't your seasoning. The way we prepare the food is different than the way you prepare the food. Let's talk on the flip side real quick. People with customs but no power. Some folks rock tribal clothes but got colonized laws. A lot of these red natives, they talk about whatever they think their culture is, but they just got customs. See, let me tell you something. The red natives, the one on the reservations, they didn't keep their culture. They lost. They held on to their customs. Let me tell you something, family. If you're gonna lose anything, let it be the custom, not the culture. If you're gonna lose anything, let it be the customs, not the culture. Because the culture is the very belief system of a people. It's the very power and influence of a people. It's organic. It's real. It's real. Customs, they come and go. Customs are like kente cloth. It's not fashionable to be walking around with kente cloth anymore. Customs get outdated. Culture gets updated and upgraded. Culture is frequency. Custom is linear. It's a hit and miss. See, wearing a 𝗖𝗍𝗂𝘁𝗂𝘁 is custom. But being able to govern your destiny, that is culture. That's culture. So why do they say we have no culture, family? Why do they say we have no culture? They say we have no culture because it's really, They say we have no culture because it's really, we got to call it out. We got to speak truth to power, because it's envy. It's envy. Because when African or Caribbean kids are mimicking drill music, TikTok dances, FBA slang, and style, you can't say we don't have no culture. You're rocking our flavor while disrespecting the kitchen it came from. That's crazy. This is deeper than pride, family. This is an attempt to gatekeep authenticity. That's all it is. See, one thing I love about being an FBA is we don't try to be African. We don't try to be Caribbean. We know that we never were those things. We're proud of who we are. And we realized long time ago that we are the best when we are just being ourselves and not trying to cosplay someone else. See, I can only be me. I can only be the best at being me. I cannot be the best if I'm imitating or trying to be like you. I done figured out a long time ago, even for myself, that I'm the best me. I'm the best version of me. I don't have to pretend to be like nobody else but me. I'm gonna win at being me. I'm gonna succeed at being me. People are gonna love me for being me. See, if I gotta pretend to be you, that's too much work. If I gotta put on somebody else's clothes, somebody else's history, if I gotta copy and mimic somebody else, that's too much work. But I can be the best version of me by being me. That's what it is, family. Pan-Africans, they're going to tell you, come home to Africa. And then when they get there, they find out they're not African. I'm just so glad I don't need to be African. I don't need to be no African. I don't need to be no Caribbean. I'm so glad I'm just a foundational black American. I'm happy to be me. I take pride in that. I take pride in my lineage. Because every time I look around, I see greatness in my family tree. I see greatness that comes from my lineage. I don't know what you see coming from yours. You know, if I was African, I'd be mad. I'd be mad too. I really would. I'd be mad that my ancestors sold me out. I'm so glad that my ancestors didn't sell me out. I'm so glad that my ancestors stood on business, that my ancestors didn't sell me out. I'm so glad that my ancestors stood on business. I'm so glad that my ancestors did not gatekeep the youth and keep us in a box and say we cannot express ourselves. I'm so glad that my ancestors paved a way for me to thrive and dominate in every field I want to go into. I'm glad that I could wake up in a country that supports the younger generation and encourage the older generation to make way for the younger generation. I'm so glad I live in a country like that. I'd be mad if I wake up every day and a 70-year-old man got a job and I can't get one. I'd be mad. I'd be frustrated too. I'm glad we got something called retirement here, where you work for a while and then you retire. And then the next generation comes in and takes over with the heavy load, because everybody has a purpose then. In Africa, listen, them elders got y'all in a chokehold. Y'all elders got y'all in a chokehold and they won't let y'all be free. That's why y'all fleeing over here. Because y'all are educated in your homeland and can't even get a job. I'm glad that's not in America. I'm so glad that's not in America. I'm so glad we can be educated and have many jobs and many opportunities here. But y'all can be educated and y'all can be broke. Educated and still working on the farm. Y'all can be educated and y'all can be broke. Educated and still working on the farm. Educated and can't and have no purpose in life. But that's not here. Because my ancestors stood on business. And here's the great thing about my ancestors. They didn't just stand on business for foundational black Americans. They stood on business for all melanated people. They gave y'all a lane to come up in here and talk mess to us. They gave y'all a lane to make some money so y'all can send some money back to your homeland. See how that worked? They gave y'all a lane to come over here and make some money so you can take care of your family back in your homeland. You see, I'm not a Pan-African. I'm a Pan-Black American. Our own culture, American. Our own culture, our own terms. The truth is, the system fears our culture. They don't care nothing about you kente cloth customs. They're not worried. See, they're not worried about Africa rising up. Let me tell you, the world is not worried about Africa rising up. But the world is worried about black Americans, foundational black Americans, rising up. See, they're not saying the youth of Africa is the most dangerous group of people on the planet. They're saying the youth of foundational black Americans. That's what they're concerned about. They're concerned about our youth, not your youth. They're not concerned about your youth though, because they know they already dominated y'all. But they've never dominated us. They can't stop us. They can only hope to contain us. But they've never stopped us. They stopped y'all over there. They put up a do not pass go sign and y'all are stuck over there. Stuck. Second to none. I know this hurts, brother, but it's the truth. It's the truth, brother. When are you going to wake up to the truth? I don't care how educated you think you are, second to none. I don't care. I don't care. The truth is the truth, brother. I don't hate you. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for Africa. I love Africa. I love it. But I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I love y'all enough to tell y'all the truth. And to tell y'all to stop with this foolishness messing with us black Americans over here. Y'all need to get on code with us and not mess with us, not bother us, not try to troll us, not try to get under our with us, not bother us, not try to troll us, not try to get under our skin. Those ain't wins. A win is you changing your homeland, not bothering black Americans. A win is you changing your homeland, not bothering black Americans. Brother, I've been to your home. I've been to Africa. I've been over there. And still, we still king over here. The best place to be on planet Earth is here. Brother, you're too young to know the truth. You didn't do your research. It's not my fault you didn't research, brother. It's not my fault. There's a difference between culture and customs. Culture isn't kente cloth. Culture isn't tribal dances. It's none of those things. Culture is a belief system. Culture is an identity. Culture is what we have and what y'all aspire to have one day. Culture is what you pass on. Customs are how you decorate it. You understand? You can't tell me I don't have culture when the whole world is borrowing from our rhythm. Listen, when they look at rhythm, they don't think of Africans. They think of foundational black Americans. When they think of on beat, when they think of the pulse, they think of foundational black Americans. They're not thinking African with those African drums. When they think of drums, they think of the drums from over here, not from over there. We're the culture, sir. You just gotta understand it, overstand it. Your only job as an African is to go educate your people, not to be teachers. You can't teach yet. You can't teach yet. Your only job is to learn and go back and educate your people, not to be over here thinking you can teach black Americans anything. You've never put black on the map, sir. You've never put black. We put black. We made black global. We made black global. Global. Our culture is global. Your culture is contained in your isolated village. We didn't put on the kente cloth, nobody would have wore the kente cloth. If we didn't put on the 𝗖𝗍𝘁, nobody be wearing the 𝗖𝗍𝘁. You see how that works? When brands want to upgrade their image, when brands want to upgrade their image and sell globally, they come to Black Daddy. They don't say, let me find this African model to showcase my fashion. They find somebody Black American, somebody from the hood, somebody in the Black community, somebody urban. Boom. Go ask Adidas what Black American culture has done for Adidas. Ask Nike what Black American culture has done for Nike. Ask Puma what Black American culture has done for them. See, whatever you want to put that on it, that you come to the originators of culture to do it. From the court to the mic, from the pulpit to the boardroom, we are the blueprint. So when you say Black Americans have no culture, stop looking for costumes and start watching the moves that we're making in the world. That's what it is, family. That's what it is. Now I want to bring up some people, man. I know y'all want to conversate and talk about it. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Request up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what culture is and what customs is. Who has culture and who has customs? Who has customs? I'm reading some of the comments. They say, how come you haven't built Africa yet? Come on up here. Come on up here. DNA Chronicles, come on up here and stand on business. Don't be in the comments. Second to none. Come on up here, man. Stand on business, man. Don't be in the comments. Come on up here. Forehead and all. Come on up, forehead. All the foreheads, come to the panel and speak. Speak.
My 𝗣𝗲𝗴𝗵𝗵𝘁𝘀 Freeman brother.
What's going on, Brooklyn's finest? What's going on with you, brother?
Yeah, man. These tellers, man, they hate the truth because you spitting the 𝗣𝗲𝗴𝗵𝗵 Freeman. You giving them game, man. Like, we are the culture, man. And they just keep cosplaying and hating and like, ignoring.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Doing, man. That's exactly what I don't get it either, man.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. I don't get it either. Go ahead.
Yes, 𝗣𝗲𝗴𝗵𝗵 Freeman all over America. We built this country. And yeah, very disrespectful. That's why we did separated. We deal, we not being a stepping stool no more. And I land my plane.
That's it. Man, we're y'all all in the comments, man. Come on up and stand on business, man. Second to none. Come on up, man. You've been summoned. We got Hezekiah the family man. I remember this brother. Straight from the prison.
He's a Pan-African.
We got them Pan-Africans up in here. Listen, man, don't come with that prison game, man. Come with that real talk. I don't want to hear that. I just got out. My homie got me a couple sweaters. I don't want to hear that, brother. I want to hear that game. Come with some game. It's sad when you're on. Listen, you know what's even more worse than Africans saying we don't have culture? When you listen to all these Pan-Africans try to tell us we don't have culture. And they making money off our culture. Did y'all hear about Dr. Umar? Your boy Dr. Umar ran out of money. Where you gonna get his money from, family? Where Dr. Umar gonna get his money from, family?
From the school he ain't built yet.
He not gonna get it from no Africans. He not gonna get it from no Africans, family. Y'all
They
know
scared.
that, right? Notice
They
he
scared.
never asked the Africans for money, but he gonna come back to what community and ask what community for some money? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's gonna be Black Dad. It's gonna be us. It's gonna be us always. Family, don't be. Listen, I like some of the stuff Dr. Umar Johnson says. I like some of the stuff Dr. Umar be saying, but I'm done with Pan Africans. Never, ever, ever give anything to a Pan African. Don't give them no money. Don't give them anything. Don't let them get it from the Africans they love the most. Let the Africans support Dr. Umar. Don't give that brother no money. Y'all see how long it. Listen, if it take you 25 years to build a school, you Jesus Christ. When y'all gonna wake up and realize that that man don't know how to build? He know how to talk, but he don't know how to build. Man, come on up here, Hezekiah, man. I'm curious to hear what you got to say, brother. Come on up here, brother. Come on up here, man. Give us the game. Give us the game you learn on the inside that you're using on the outside. Give us the game, brother. I just want you to come up and give us the game, brother.
Yeah, that's not an FBA forehead. I see his forehead, man.
Yeah, he might. You know. A lot of them don't know. He's probably Caribbean. He's probably Caribbean, but he ain't gonna come up here. He ain't gonna come up here. He know better. He know better. He know better. Where my people at, man? Let me invite. I'm gonna just start summoning some of y'all up here, man. I'm gonna just start summoning some of y'all up here. Joetta, if you free, come on up here. I know you didn't get a chance last time to speak, so I would love for you to come up here and chop up some game.
Come on, Hezekiah. Tell us.
Hezekiah gonna stay in the comments because where Dig at? I'm gonna summon Dig from another room to come on up in here because this is the conversation I want to have with y'all: customs versus culture. I'm telling y'all 100% as FBA, we got culture. And I'm saying that y'all, the rest of y'all, all y'all have is customs. Old customs to be in fact. Old customs that should have unalived out long time ago. Y'all should have let some of them customs y'all should have not brought into 2025. If y'all got to hold on to customs like it's culture, that is your problem. Oh, your live got banned? Man, it happens to all of us, brother. It happens. Go get on your troll account, man, and come on up here, brother. It happens to all of us, brother. I got me another account just in case I want to spit something when I'm banana, just in case. But a lot of times when I get bananaed, that's when I'm off TikTok. I get more work done, then I come back bigger, stronger, better than ever. Yeah, America got you feeling y'all controlling y'all got you feeling like y'all control anything. I don't even understand what you're saying, DNA Chronicles. I don't even understand what you're saying, brother. It ain't America, brother. See,
and they thought we was immigrants too much. They thought we was immigrants, and the 14 Amendments for us. Yeah. Trump had to say it out their mouth. They was shocked.
Oh yeah. See, they want to think it's location that makes us unique. It's not location that makes us unique, brother. It's not because we're in America and you in Africa. It's really because of what makes us unique. I'm gonna tell you the secret. Our ancestors became a seed that bore fruit. Our ancestors were the pioneers. They took in the pain. They took in the suffering so we didn't have to. They didn't run from it. They stayed in it. They didn't flee to someone else's homeland. They stayed in it and built something where they were at in spite of all the challenges. That's the difference between my ancestors and your ancestors. It's not because we in America. It's because your ancestors decided they wanted to live good back then
Facts.
and sold y'all out, so y'all are suffering today. My ancestors, they said, listen, we may not have it good right now, but my children will have it better than me. That's a different mindset. My children won't have to flee because I'm going to make it better for them where I'm at. That's a different type of ancestors right there. That's an ancestor that you can honor. See, our ancestors didn't give us customs, but you know what they did give us? Culture. They didn't give us a watered down custom. They gave us a culture. All of you are on Section 8, and your forehead is still longer than a freeway. And you still over here eating amongst us. And more of y'all are on Section 8 than we are, brother. Listen, a lot of you immigrants, y'all got EBT, y'all got housing. You know, housing is Section 8, brother.
Scam degrees.
Scam degrees. You know what I'm saying? We see, in our homeland, we don't have to do scam degrees so we can survive. We don't have to do that. Our ancestors stood on business, so we didn't have to do all that. We didn't have to become good at scamming. We just had to become good at being ourselves. That's how our ancestors made it out to be. We didn't have to cosplay somebody else's culture or somebody else's custom. We didn't have to put on no costume in order to make it. Our ancestors made it profitable to be us. Go ahead, the Madonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know I was on here. Let me drop down.
Okay.
Look up the real McCoy. Benjamin Ben.
They don't know what the real McCoy is. See, they say it, but they don't know what the real McCoy is.
Thank you.
See, everybody wants the real McCoy because the real McCoy is actually a real person.
Harriet Tubman.
Come on, family. Let's bring up some old people. Man. I'm just here. Listen, I'll end the live early. I appreciate the likes, though. I appreciate y'all giving me the 10K likes fast.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, the well? Talk to me.
So I'm African American, Black American, whatever we're calling ourselves now.
Uh-oh.
What we calling ourselves? Because you sound stupid. There was just a dude in North Carolina. There was just a dude in North Carolina
Hold on.
who got isolated and was getting attacked by a group of white men. One black man getting attacked by a group of white men. They're building all white towns. And you want to sit here and talk about Africans?
Africa?
We're not generic Africans,
You
bro.
want to sit here and talk about Africans?
Africa? Go ahead.
You want to call us Akatas? You want to call us Jareers?
I'm Black American. What are you talking about?
I don't even believe you foundational Black American.
I'm not foundational. Okay. I don't claim that. I never claim that.
So you're a Pan-African,
Y'all
right?
sound stupid as fuck.
So you're a Pan-African.
Y'all sound stupid as fuck. They're trying to isolate us and reduce our population in America, reduce the black population. You want to fight the black people? Are you dumb?
Oh
Are
my
you
God.
dumb?
Are you
dumb
in
as
South
fuck.
Carolina?
Y'all dumb as fuck. Y'all dumb as fuck. When they isolate us in America, what's gonna happen next?
Family, she's a
What's gonna happen next?
This is what they do. They
Dumbass.
This is
Dumbass.
what they do. They cosplay.
Because you're not from our lineage. That's why. She mad because she's not from our lineage.
She sound like a stud. She sound like she's studying it up. She sound like she's studying it up. And it's cool if you studying it up. You know, it's cool. If you want to be a stud and all. You know, it's all good.
You got to have some decorum. Why she got to come on here cursing and all of that? Come on now.
Because she a tether.
All tether.
She a tether trying to cosplay our culture. She probably a first or second generation tether. She come from a long line of tethers.
Baby. I'm so glad they passed that 14th
And
Amendment.
they
We got to
want
get them
to
out of
so
here.
bad. I'm black. I'm African American. Yeah, you probably are black and African American. Me, I'm a foundational black American. That's what I am. Everybody knows who I am. I'm a foundational black American. I
Black
come from the
American.
roots and the soil of this country right here. My culture is global. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna find me. Everywhere I go, every country I go to, I'm gonna find me. Somebody gonna be wearing their hat like me. Somebody gonna be talking like me. Somebody gonna be trying to dress like me. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna find me. But everywhere I go, I'm not gonna find you, because your culture only stays within where you from. Oh, let me bring her back up. She got some more to say.
That was who I was trying to talk to. I saw the comment first.
I didn't even read her comment. Go ahead, Stud.
No, this a new one. He said this one said the 14th Amendment was never passed. So what's this? The Madonna?
No, that's what we're talking to, right? Go ahead.
It was never ratified. You can look up the 90th Congress. But what I was going to say is,
We got to get feathers out of Congress because they trying to do some more undermining, man. We definitely got to get them out of Congress.
do is fake. So you have to know that. That's the big trick. If you don't realize that they cannot operate in law, they're not who they say they are. First of all, they're not British.
Uh-oh.
They're not who they talking about. I thought maybe you knew what was going on because that's what you were saying. Everyone is cosplaying one of our bloodlines. So America was a many nations, many people. And what they did that we were attacked in 1812, sometime between, the so-called Revolutionary War. It was actually a war between the Ottoman Empire and the Holy Roman Empire. But anyway, long story short, all of history is a lie. You can't believe anything that you've been told. But anyway, I was going to ask, you were saying that you were a foundational Black American. When you go to court, they use the Black's Law Dictionary, and it says that Black is dead in the eyes of the law. So what are we going to call ourselves? We definitely can't use that. That's one of the reasons we're in.
Well, we use FBA for us, right? But when we go to court, we're going to use the term freedman.
Say that again?
Freedman when we go to court.
So you believe that you were a slave?
Some of us were slaves, yeah.
Have you done your genealogy?
What do you call a POW?
That's what a genealogy.
What do you call a POW?
Say that again?
What do you call a POW?
BOW?
POW, prisoner of war.
POW, man. What do you call a POW?
Military term.
Okay, we are prisoners of war for sure, yes. But I didn't say.
So a POW is what, ma'am?
You said we were slaves, like you believe we were slaves.
No, ma'am. I said, listen. I don't care. Listen, y'all keep wanting to
trying to change the terminology and whatnot.
Terminology. A POW is still a slave, ma'am. If you have to use papers to get around, I'm sorry, ma'am. If you couldn't go from plantation to plantation free and unencumbered, what is that?
We own this till this day. So before you get upset, let's talk about it.
Talk about what?
You can look up your answer right now if you want to. If you are from here and your people are from here, you have land patents. You own the land. So you couldn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, ma'am. I'm not going to deny that. That's true. That's true.
Wait a minute.
A lot of Africans don't have birth certificates.
Can we get Second to None up here? Because he talking crazy in the comments.
Yeah, I want Second to None won't come up here because he know better. He know better. Just like Hezekiah won't come up here, because he know better. He gonna give us that prison game.
Others hate the truth.
Africa is not where they tell you it is. First of all,
okay.
With a bunch of tribes, recolonize a remix.
Ma'am, I don't want you to disagree on something that we agree on.
You agree that Africa is not where they say?
I agree that Africa is not where they say.
Yeah, it is not.
What is your point, ma'am? I guess like the thing you're trying to say
is that the point is.
Hold on, let her speak, y'all. Let her speak. I want to entertain you.
You are an African slave. or you and enslaved on a plantation, which that never happened. You could fight. You would be able to. Why aren't the Africans pulling up on boats to this day? They go to Italy, but they don't come here. There are no Africans coming here by boat, and they have not been coming here by boat because you cannot get here by boat. Well, I mean, you can maybe, but it's not. It's going to take a way longer than what they say, and you're going to be going a total different direction. We are in the eastern hemisphere, the west. They are in the
A
west.
lot of us are
hemisphere.
indigenous, and we're already here when they came.
Yeah,
Years to
and
get there.
it's been black Indian indigenous people here already. Everybody can come on boats.
You said
I'm just letting her
talking about
speak.
African
I'm
slavery.
just letting her speak because I need to know where she's coming from.
Like where she at? Yeah.
Are you claiming to be an American
Okay.
Indian man? Is that what you're claiming to be? Are you claiming to be indigenous,
Okay,
man?
so-
I just want to know.
Yes,
And you're
I'm-
cutting,
yes.
you're cutting in and out. Are you claiming to be an indigenous woman, man?
Okay, well, I can't hear you either if you're saying I'm cutting out.
Can you hear me?
And that's usually on purpose because I'm telling the truth. I don't know if you can hear me, but TikTok
We can hear
doesn't
you
allow
now. Can
much
you hear
truth,
us?
and
Ma'am,
I can hear you, but they cut me off. They don't want me telling people what I'm
No,
telling.
you got to stay on your
Okay.
mic. It's like you're on your mic and then you're coming away and then you're coming back on it. Stay on your mic. Don't move the phone.
I am on my,
Bro, second to none. You can come up, bro. You got a lot of comments, bro. Come up.
I am on my mic. But what I will say this, and I'll let you go. Just try to book a cruise to Africa and see how far you get.
So are you saying
It's
you're
not what-
indigenous?
I guess we are. Most people.
You can
all
say
skin
yes,
folk,
ma'am. You can say like
I don't know where you are.
nobody gonna
I
attack
don't.
you.
You're using terminology that I don't use. I don't. I don't use
So what are you
indigenous.
claiming? Are you claiming to be an American Indian, man? I'm just trying to
I
get
mean,
some clarity.
I'm not claiming American Indian either. I'm Indian.
What are you
Indian
claiming?
and
You like to use the terminology that Democrats and Jesse Jackson gave her, African American. She
No,
can't
sir.
speak for herself.
But you're not using African, so what are you?
Hold
You gotta
on. What
listen
are
to
you
Daddy.
talking about, ma'am? I'm just trying to get clear on what you are saying you are. Who are you?
I said I am the progeny of the Union. I am half Indian, half Germanian, half part Portuguese. I mean, if you want me to go down my blood, the line of who I am. As far as having just a one word for us, I don't have just one word for us. The name of this continent
Not
was
FBA.
Colombia at one point, so
The name of the continent is what?
it was Colombia.
Was Colombia? Did she just say the name of this continent was Colombia?
At one point, yes. It's had a few names, but it was Colombia.
Oh my God, family!
Hence the
Family,
District of
this
Columbia.
is the first I've ever heard somebody say this was called Colombia.
At one point, yes, it was. At one
So,
point,
so what would you call yourself?
Gee, so you're
I don't-
Colombian, ma'am? You're
Again,
Colombian?
I
Is that
don't-
what you're trying to tell me? You're Colombian?
once again, I know you said I'm cutting in and out, but I said I am a progeny of the Union, and that's the best.
Progeny of the Union.
To me, that's the best name for us.
Like some tether babble, man.
Okay, well,
Jesus
if you have, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'm on the wrong panel. I need more people who.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, drop in the comments and just listen, ma'am. I've never heard this is the most confused. Listen, we got some people on TikTok, Roy. Oh my God, man, that just Jesus Christ.
Why does everybody want to pretend to be us?
Oh Lord. Cause they're not comfortable. They hate themselves. Don't nobody hate Africa more than an African. Don't nobody hate the Caribbean more than a Caribbean. If you loved where you come from, if you're proud of the flag that you wave, you would be in your homeland right now. You wouldn't be over here. See, a lot of them, I like to say, they got this Moses complex, right? You have a dichotomy. You have to face the truth. The truth says you're either gonna suffer with your lineage, or you're gonna flee and come around other people that you don't know, that are not your kinfolk, and ball out around them. I don't know.
Too much. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Come home, brother. Come home. Why are you so divisive? Come on. Why are you so divisive?
I find it offensive when so many people try to like reclassify or re-identify us or whatnot, or stick us with them for some reason. It makes no sense to me. I'm so confused, especially with some of these lives, because you do the live with an FBA hat on, like he's wearing the FBA hat, and then people will join the thing and be like, y'all divisive, y'all this, that, the third. And then when you want to actually debate them and start talking about the history or whatnot, you find out that they really just a TikTok troll.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's sad. They don't want to bring no scholarship. They don't want to speak truth to power. They only want to peddle white supremacy lies. They only want to peddle low vibration. They only want to start, cursing you out. They only want to come up here and say little small things and then drop and flee. It's crazy. Man, let's just be honest. A lot of people are suffering from some type of mental delusion.
Notch, why don't you come up here, man?
Yeah, bring Top Notch up here.
Top
FBA
Notch,
have
are
mentality issues, identity
a
crisis.
licensed psychologist. Come up here, man.
Let's see what he say about this.
Come on, you psychologist or whatever you
There was
doctor.
a live with an African
Hold on,
guy
Top
who was
Notch.
saying,
Top Notch. Where did you get your name from, Top Notch? If you're a tether, right, and you're trying to call yourself Top Notch, that's a Black American term. That's us, family. Your very name is cosplaying.
yeah, so much of it too. Like, this is crazy. I went to the FBA website and I actually read through it myself, because there was a African guy on live saying that on the FBA website it says we African, and I went to it myself, didn't see any of that. It literally said on the website that it's actually not. There's no leader because it's a lineage. It's not an organization or whatnot. It's a lineage.
Facts, bro. It's be a lineage. You know it.
What, RB?
So when you say FBA, you don't deny that you're African American slave trade descendant, right?
I have some African ancestry in me. Yeah, I don't deny that some Africans made it over here. Yes, sir. I don't deny that. Now, have I found any African in my DNA and my genealogy? No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you must have overlooked it because you're clearly African, bro.
We had Genesis.
Okay.
We don't eat
Clearly African based on what?
We don't have big foreheads and our hairline ain't pushed back.
I mean, don't you see your skin phenotype? You African American.
My
How
phenotype
can you?
is-
Why are you ashamed of that?
What is an African American?
Hold on, brother. My
A slave trade descendant.
Elon Musk is African American, dude.
Hold on, family. Hold on. Listen, I've never denied that my family went through slavery. Never denied that. Never denied I have African ancestry. Never denied that. Okay. What
You can't. I mean, it's quite obvious.
No. What I'm telling you, that even in my DNA, there's not one living relative from Africa. That's very telling. Because if I was African, I should have a living relative.
You are the living relative. Your mother and father are the living relatives.
They're from here, sir. We've been here for over 400 years.
And their grandparents were from Africa.
No, they weren't.
Here.
Yes, they were.
I've gone all the way down to my 8th cousin. I should have someone living right now. I should have a living relative.
Where are you from, sir?
Relative in Africa if I was from the continent of Africa.
If your skin is melanated, you're an African American slave trade descendant. I don't know where y'all coming up with
What
this
is an
crazy
African
dumb
American?
shit from.
Where are you from? I gotta know your level of education and understanding.
Hold on, everybody.
Jamaicans are African. Why we gotta carry that term?
Who taught you that, brother?
The Democrat Party.
The scholars,
What
the
scholars?
the history books. The history books don't lie. This FBA shit is just on TikTok. That's not real
What
life.
history book?
It ain't on TikTok.
It's unrealistic.
It's worldwide. It ain't on TikTok.
No, it's not worldwide. Yes, okay, yes, a worldwide lie.
The FBA, brother. A lot of people.
What is
The indigenous Native Americans were here first. You all wasn't here. You all come out of Africa during the slave trade.
40 million. So 40 million of us all from Africa.
Where's your
That's
They say
family
right.
from?
Columbus. They say Columbus.
That's right.
RB, where's your family from?
They from Texas.
They from Texas,
Well,
okay.
where anyway?
I'm
Where's your
San Antonio.
grandparents from?
What was that?
Where's your grandparents from?
I just told you, everybody's from Texas.
Then
So
why
your
you
whole
saying you
family comes
African?
from Texas, right?
Right. And
Then
all
why?
of them come out of the slave trade
Then why are you saying you
ancestry.
African?
Because we have documentation of it, and they were sharecroppers before Jim Crow.
Have you done your
Sharecroppers
DNA,
don't
sir?
mean Africa.
Hold on. Have you done
Man,
your
look,
DNA?
I'm just told you.
What's wrong with him?
The slave owners' names on the documents. What are you talking about?
What is
Have
wrong
You
you,
with
gonna tell
you?
me?
brother?
You gonna tell me what I didn't see?
What is wrong with you?
Hold
What part
on,
of
family.
Africa you
Let me
from,
talk to
RB?
you.
Can
Hold
I
on,
ask
family.
a question?
Hold
I
on,
would
step
like.
up. Hold on,
Okay.
step up. Hold on, step up. Hold on.
From Africa. What part of Africa you
Sir,
from, RB?
have you done your DNA?
Yeah, West Africa.
Okay, it puts you over there in that region, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you look at your living relatives?
Far as what?
Did you look at your living relatives, sir? They give you living relatives, don't they?
Right.
Where do you have any one of those living relatives come from the continent of Africa today,
Yep.
living today?
Yep. Goes way back. Correct.
Okay, so you have a living relative today that's in Africa from your DNA.
No. You're not gonna play semantics
That's
and
not
twist the
semantics,
Africa's a
sir.
narrative.
continent. What
That's not
Okay.
country?
semantics,
I
sir.
don't play
Don't
the
lie.
psych. I don't
Do you
play the
see that?
psychology
Do
games,
you
bro.
see that?
Just
Do
keep
you
it
see
real.
that, family?
You
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 see that,
can't
family?
deny that. You
You
can't
see that,
deny
family?
that.
Hold
What
on, family.
country is
I
your living
asked him a
relative in?
very
Deny
specific
that you're an
question.
African American
I
slave
asked him
trade
a
descendant.
very specific question, family, and
RB,
he
you
and
could
he
go
gave
back
me.
there.
I answered you. You just didn't like.
No, you didn't, bro. Sir, I
No,
asked
you
you, do you
I
have
didn't,
did.
any
bro. Something wrong
living
with
I
you.
answered
relatives
you.
in
RB, you
Africa,
could go
sir?
back to your
From your
I
homeland.
DNA.
said that
He's gonna
they
tell
America's my
you.
homeland.
Hold on. Don't keep coming off your mic. You got a loud voice. It's very
ancestry is
strong.
here.
Listen,
Bro,
sir.
you're
Don't
not
keep coming off your
sincere,
mic. You
bro. You
will
lying.
overtalk the host. I asked you a specific question, and you're running from it. It's very simple. On your DNA, it's going to have a list of all the way down to the eighth relative. Is any of them from the continent of Africa, sir?
What country? You can't claim a
I
That's
continent.
just said yes, and I'm telling you that
so
you're a
you said
fake.
yes. So you
You're
said
fu-
yes.
you're
You
pushing a
said
false
you have a
narrative.
living relative in Africa today.
I'm telling you that I'm a descendant of the African slave trade, just like you are, and everybody else
And
on
you
this panel.
have a
Oh,
living relative in Africa today, right?
It doesn't matter.
yes, it
Oh
does.
Lord.
Why does that matter?
Oh
Because you
Lord.
can't get an
What
African
difference does that
passport.
make
There's
if they
no such
living
thing
or
as an
dead?
African passport.
Sounds
You're
just
an
like
African American slave trade descendant. That's the bottom line.
You
You're
want to
black.
ask a
You're a
question?
black American.
Hold on.
Can
Step up. Do
somebody
you
get
want to
him an
ask this
African
person a
passport?
question? Do you want to ask
sound
this
like a
person a question? Because
I
I'm
want to
ready.
ask a
I'm ready
question.
to drop him. Be honest
I
with you.
want to
So
ask a question to
Because
you.
your feelings are hurt.
no, my
No,
feelings ain't
because you're
hurt.
weird.
If you
Yeah,
don't
your
keep coming,
feelings are hurt. Your butt hurt.
Something's
Your
wrong with
butt
you.
hurt. You're
you know,
triggered.
no, I'm not
RB,
treating son. You
don't you
keep coming
think
off your mic and being disrespectful. That's what it is. Now,
I
if you
have a
was
question?
No,
respectful,
you can't accept the truth. That's what it
The truth,
is.
you can't accept that he asked you 5 times if you got any living relatives, and then
yeah, his
Question.
voice is too powerful. I'll give him that. He got a voice. He got a powerful voice. You know, but
Oh,
he's living a delusion.
did you drop him?
Yeah, I dropped
bring
him
him
because
back. Well, he's
I wanted to
weird.
ask a question.
I gave you the opportunity to ask him a question. You didn't ask him anything. So
Everybody else kept butting in, but
My
this is
fault. I'm
what I
sorry. He
wanted
was
to
just so
ask.
weird. Like, how you gonna say I
Don't you
got no
think?
living relatives in Africa and then say you African and then don't understand that Africa's a continent? There's no such thing as an African passport. Either you Somalian, you Sudanese, you Egyptian, you from South Africa. Like, what the hell? How you don't understand freaking basic
Okay, wait too
geography?
much. Can I ask you this question? So, don't you think the burden of proof is on Africa by now to prove to us that we came from Africa? Because if we all are going back in our genealogy and it's not showing up, somebody has to prove to us. And who are these scholars that everybody, African Americans or Americans, are saying they trust and believe? Is it just our history books that they're believing, or do they have other proof that we don't have access to?
Um, Thank you. If y'all could be heard, thank you for hosting this space. Yes, I felt like folks was ignorant because, as what Miss Step Up was saying, the burden of proof is on Africa to prove that we're African. Like before we even went by the moniker of African American, we went by the moniker of Negro, colored, black. We was black before we was ever fucking African. So I'm sorry to be cussing on your panel. My fault. I'm new to this TikTok. My fault. I'm so sorry, my brother. I'm so sorry. But no, like the burden of proof is on Africa. We're
Too
not
much.
African.
I got a meeting,
We've
man.
done our
But I want to start
genealogy.
having my own
I
life,
have
bro.
not met no African ancestor. And it's so it's very
Let
weird
me
that these
just mute.
people want to be us, especially because only 3% of African slaves came to
Thank
America.
you. Say that
But
again, please. Say that again.
y'all don't force this onto anybody but us. Like look for camaraderie over there in Brazil.
Thank
Go
you.
to any West Indian country. Like that's where a majority of y'all people went. Y'all,
Thank
if
you.
melanated people existed all across the globe, then why wouldn't melanated people exist in America, and
Thank
why
you.
wouldn't Black Americans be descendant of those melanated individuals? Because y'all need to understand, yes, we had a history of slavery, like every civilization. But the problem came in when I don't want to call YT people whatever, when they tried to make every single slave African. That's weird. That's weird. We're not African. The burden of proof is on Africa to prove that we're African. Stop looking to us for any type of camaraderie.
Thank you.
This is dead. I'm not even gonna hold anybody. This Pan-African shit is dead to me because it's a one-sided parasitic relationship. Because if we truly was African, why did it took to the year 2025 for us to be a part of the African Union when y'all have already met with our greats like Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King, but prior to then we was never part of the African Union. So y'all only found out that when we had 1.7 trillion spending power that y'all decided to let us to be part of this African Union. The Africa is not. I'm sorry, big dog, but Africa ain't shit. It's a shithole place. That's the reason why Africa means everywhere but Africa. Y'all are constantly everywhere but Africa. And to prove my point, there's a Nigerian with an American flag in this space right now.
Dang.
And thank you too much for allowing me to speak.
Hey, it's kind of dangerous to say that
He talking
it's
to
up
you,
to
Dig.
Africa. It's actually dangerous to be saying that it's up to Africa to prove that we're not from there because we're far past all of that. The thing is, calling yourself Black or African American, you're saying that you're a descendant of African, and that's why we need to stop using those terms altogether. It's a big trick bag that's coming up. So people that haven't reclassified themselves are going to be getting shipped out. That's just what it is. And that's what this whole big old thing is. I think Obama was the one that set it up. So, everybody's all proud about being Black, and we've never been Black until the 60s. That used to be a derogatory term. People need to get up out of their feelings and understand the legality. We're freedmen. And it
When
doesn't
was
mean
Black a derogatory term? I'm gonna have to ask you to stand on that. When was Black a
it's
derogatory?
always been. It's always been into the 60s. And that's a fact right there. You talk to anybody's grandma, they're going to tell you. Or if your parents old enough, they'll tell you too. Yeah, and
I got a great grandmother that just passed away 6 years ago, brother, and she was proud to be Black. My grandmother still living today. She was proud.
No,
to be
now, but before, what I'm saying is the 60s came.
I got you. In the 60s, you're right. Everybody was Black and they proud. I got you on that. I believe that, but I'm just like
That's only after
DNA Chronicles in the
term. I think it was derogatory. I think it was something that the YT people thought was they used that word to dominate us, but we flipped it.
Because what it means in law. What it means in law, we switch places with them. They're the real Black people.
Words
They
carry
are.
frequency.
Wow.
Words carry frequency. and we changed the frequency to that word already.
No,
And I'm telling you, black to us is not a color; it's a consciousness. Black is the expanse of the universe. Black is all colors. Black, every color comes from the term black. Black is not what they see. Just because somebody told you that this what this
black
word
is not a color.
So let me put it like let me share this with you. The swastika, right? Everybody looks at the swastika like it's bad, right? But do you know what the swastika actually represents?
Peace, love, and
Love. Exactly. So now it represents something bad. But because the frequency attached to it is negative, is bad. So if
Black
the
has always been bad.
swastika can be represented as something positive and now could be representing as something bad. Something that they said was bad can now also be represented as something positive, something good. So
But
you
see,
don't have to
but see,
take their
black has never
definitions.
changed.
You don't
Black
have
is,
to take their definition. Hold on, brother.
black has never changed
Hold on,
though.
step up. Don't overtalk the host, you guys. I'm talking. You don't have to take the negative and make and believe what they say. You don't have to take their definition of what the word is what I'm trying to say. You can accept what it is today and be proud of that. So all this thing
that only
about
applies to us.
y'all on the term black. Listen, I get it. But
I
that's
got a
not.
question.
But that's never going to help y'all be on code with what we're trying to do. You don't have to listen. You don't have to use foundational Black American if you don't want to. But we use freedmen interchangeably. There's no black and freedmen. You
Yeah,
understand
freedmen is the term that we need to be using. And
well, freedmen, we do use that term. It's not that we don't use it. We do use it.
There's some people one guy in the comments saying that Black Americans don't control anything in America. So could you explain to him? I guess I don't know why people come from other countries thinking that we don't control anything, and that's why I guess they have leeway to step on our necks.
He who controls the culture, we control the culture.
What culture?
What
The one
culture?
that spread all over the
Hold
planet.
on. I'm happy you said that, brother. Thank you. Now we can get back on topic. See, culture ain't a costume, brother. Culture ain't a tribal dance, brother. Culture is a belief system. Our culture is global. Everybody imitates us. See, we invent many customs. We got handshakes, we got slang, we got the way we wear our clothes, the way we wear our hat. We got everything. We got music genres. See, those are customs. But our culture is a belief system that transcends everything. See, you don't understand the difference between a custom and what a culture is. What you're hanging on to is an unalive custom. A custom that y'all should have buried long time ago. Y'all should not be bringing tribal dances of whatever century it came from into 2025. Y'all should have updated it. See, culture is organic. It's living. It's evolving. Your customs, your tradition that you call culture is not really culture at all, sir. So I can share my culture with you because it's my belief system. But you can only share with me a kente cloth that nobody's gonna wear.
People
Okay.
breakdancing in Japan right
I'm
now with Tim's on.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Kente is the original master.
I'll never do that. But can I ask you a question?
Ask me.
Okay. Please, is there a group of an established African group accepted by all Africans that is currently asking you all to be Africans, to identify as Africans?
You got to ask that again because I don't even understand what you said, sir. I slow it down a little bit. So I can understand
I said, is there an established African association that is currently agreed upon by all Africans, asking you, by whatever nomenclature you go on, whether it's FBA or whatever you call yourself in 2025, is there any such movement asking you to be African?
Yes. The AU trying to take advantage.
Hold on. The AU just claimed us as the sixth region in their diaspora, and we don't want that. We don't want anything to do with the AU. We stepped to the AU back in the 60s, and you know what they told us? Black Americans got to handle Black American problem. Africans got to handle African problems. And
No,
I agree with
but
that.
the African Union did not do that, though.
Yeah, they did.
No,
Yes,
they did not.
Yes, they did.
Let's deal with
Yes,
that,
they
because
did.
now there's
Yes, they did.
there's
They told
misinformation.
us that we our problems is not their problem. That's what they told us. They never accepted us into the. Do you know when we got accepted into the African Union?
2023.
Do you know that?
Say
Do you
again?
know that date that they finally said, okay, we're going to include Black Americans in the African Union, especially. And here's the shame behind it. They want to include us in something we didn't ask to be in, and they didn't discuss with us to be in. They just said, okay, we're going to claim you niggas. Why?
Yes, to
Because
take
they
money.
want our purchasing power. They want to translate some of that 1.7 trillion and fight it over in Africa. That's the only
it's
time
actually
Now let's talk about that.
actually
when y'all want to
$36
take
billion.
from
Now,
us.
now,
Sir.
now,
The only
now,
time
let's,
y'all have this back to Africa movement is when y'all want to beef up tourism and make money because we got to bring the bag.
okay, now let's talk about that, because there's a whole lot of talking without education going on. I would like to be educated. You understand? So now you say that we talk about you guys now because we want you to bring your purchasing power to Africa, right?
Isn't that what y'all want?
Good. Now let's talk about that. First of all, let's start from how Africans started coming to the United States of America. Because you say that you did all the fighting over here for us to come and benefit from it,
In the
right?
60s.
Right? Now, I am not talking about the slave trade era. And you do not have listened to your life before. You do not seem to agree that there was slave trade that happened. So
He never said that.
Sir.
no,
never said
I've
that,
been on
sir.
your life before.
He never said that.
No, I've been
I've
on his life
never
before,
said
where
that,
he
sir.
specifically asked me. You did ask me if I
Let's talk
have
about
any
today. It
family
sounds like,
member.
come on, bro.
I've never
You
said that
did
in the
ask me
past.
on your life.
Hold on. See, this is what I don't like. I don't like when Africans start lying. I've never,
He never said that.
there was no
Rejig your memory.
transatlantic slave
Not on
trade,
this
sir.
live, on a separate live that I was
I've
with
never
you.
said on any other live in the past when anybody can pull that up.
I would agree.
I put
Can
all
I
my
ask you a
lives on
question?
YouTube. I put all
Can
my
I ask you a question?
Hold on.
You can ask me.
I put all my
I
lives
mean the
on
host,
YouTube. Sir. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me talk to Africa first, and I'll talk to you, Watu, in a minute. I got other people on the platform too. Go ahead, Africa.
I
Don't lie.
said,
Don't
no,
lie.
I'm not lying. I said I was on your live, and you did ask me that day if I have any family member of mine from back in the days that is missing, that we think was moved to the United States during the slave trade era, any of my ancestors. And I said to you specifically that I do not. And you said,
Brother,
yeah,
okay, hold on,
because the
brother. I'm
slave
not
trade
doc.
did
Okay,
not happen.
hold on. Listen. Shout out to Dr. No Job. Shout out to Dr. No Job. Okay, but I'm not Dr. No Job, sir. I'm too much. I don't know. Maybe y'all think we all look alike. Maybe I do look like Dr. No Job. I don't know. But I'm not Dr. No Job, sir. So you're on a different line. I'm too much.
No, it's fine. I know what I'm talking about, but let's agree to disagree and then not get back to the
They
conversation.
disagree about what?
What the hell? Listen, this is
He's
shout out to
saying
Dr.
no.
No
He's
Job,
saying
man.
that
They
did not
think I'm
happen,
you now,
and
brother.
I'm not about to drag it out because I'm heading on to something different, so I can let it go. So what I'm trying to say is this: let's forget about whether the slave trade happened and whatnot, and go to when
Wait, what?
Africans started to come to the United States. It was the United States of America that.
Listen, this is what you got to do, brother. You got a lot of people on the panel. Everybody wants to talk. You got to get to the point. If we're gonna have a conversation, you got to get to the point. Ask me the question you want to ask.
Clearly don't want me to
Make
say
the point
anything.
that you want to make.
It's okay. We
so I
can continue with the
respond.
misinformation.
I'm waiting
It's
to
all right.
get your point too, African.
That's
Can I
what's
say
wrong.
something, man?
Y'all talk. Y'all think we're at a political rally or a political meeting where you got the mic and you just gonna talk and you gonna filibuster. We don't need a filibuster. We need you to get to the point.
You could drop me to bring up more people.
Okay, can I say something?
Go ahead, Alpine.
Yeah, I've been following TikTok very recently, and the trend that is going right now is very, very divisive, yours included. I don't see any. There are so many things to discuss that can edify human race, that can edify we as Black people. But opening up shops here and there, attacking Africans attacking African Americans is damn right stupid. There is nothing coming out of it that will make us great. There's no benefit whatsoever. The other day, it was African Americans should boycott African hair salon. So, things that are so stupid and so
Why do you say
negative.
the boycott is stupid?
It is very stupid.
Why do you
Tell
say
me
it's
to
stupid?
boycott Chinese. Tell me to boycott McDonald's that are in our neighborhoods feeding us with garbage.
So if we
That's good.
boycotted Chinese people,
But
it's not stupid?
no, listen, man. No, listen, let me finish. Telling me to boycott African American barber shops, that's damn stupid. Telling me to boycott African American or African oriented businesses, that's stupid. That's divisive. Let me tell you this. Brooklyn, New York, when I was living there, I owned a dry cleaning store. When my machine broke down, it was difficult for me to operate. A friend, Korean, helped me out. And that was when I knew that they had their own community. It took a Korean to take me into their community and got me somebody that serviced my machine. I didn't know they had such a very tight community helping each other in their own circle. But here, African American attacking Africans. What's the difference in the first place? What's the difference between
Wait, you don't know the
Caribbean?
difference between us?
No. Listen,
Hey,
I know the difference more than you do.
we're not
Listen, just
African,
listen
man.
up, man. Listen,
Look,
I know
we're
the
not
difference more than
African.
you
We
do.
I think it
FBA.
would be easier if he
I
pretended
know.
that we was
Listen,
YT
just listen to
people.
me, man. You can say
I'm not
whatever
from
nonsense you want to say.
Africa.
Just listen.
I'm not from
All
Africa.
this,
Let
all
him
this
speak.
argument
Listen,
Let
we're
is
him
not from
speak.
foolishness.
Africa.
Let
All
him
this
get it out.
argument is
It's
foolishness.
not foolishness
It is
because
foolishness.
you can't scam off us because you can't route
Let
off
him
us.
Nobody.
speak.
Okay. Look at the mentality. Look at your mentality right now. Look at your
Yeah, I'm
mentality.
sorry, sir.
Scamming.
We're
Who is
not
scamming
You're
united.
you?
not
I don't
divisive.
Who is
identify as
scamming
You
African.
you?
don't tell the
We have to
Jamaicans
come
that why
together.
they not
Listen, man.
Jamaicans. Why you
I'm
Listen,
tell
sorry,
the
we
sir.
have to
Jamaicans
come.
Africans? Why you don't call them Jamaican
Listen,
Africans or Trinidad Africans? Why we got to carry that
let me
term,
tell
bro?
you.
We've been here
Let me
400
tell you,
years.
man. You
No,
can say
no,
any. You can
no.
open
Yeah,
up your mouth
400
and say
years
any
is a
nonsense you
long
want to
time.
We
say.
claiming our
But
we
too
claiming our
much,
lineage.
too much.
We FBA free, man.
Nobody says you're African. You can be anything you want to be. Africans, we don't call you Africans.
You cannot run away. You cannot run away from your history. Bottom
What's
line,
my history?
you can put your head. You are like ostrich putting its head under the sand,
Can you tell me my history then, sir?
while the
Sir, listen, man. You guys don't even change your talking points. It's always the same talking point.
Yeah.
You try to tell us what we don't
Now,
know.
can I talk, please?
Hold on. I'm gonna get to you. You try to tell us what we don't know. You try to say we don't have history, we don't have culture. Listen, sir, our customs are not your customs. Our culture is not your culture. We're not in your country for you to be telling us anything. If I was in Africa, I probably have to listen to what you're saying. It will probably be more relevant if I was in Africa.
you just vomiting
But
garbage
you're
right now.
in.
I don't
Hold
have
on,
to. You
sir.
don't have to be in
Hold
Africa.
on,
You
sir.
don't have to be in
You're in
Africa to contribute to.
America. You're in
You don't have to be
America,
in
sir.
Africa to talk. You don't have to be. You really don't have to be in Africa to contribute
Sir.
intellectually.
Sir,
Okay,
don't make me drop you,
you
sir.
dividing
Don't
yourself.
Wait, let
You
him
are
get it
dividing.
out.
You are dividing yourself.
These rants expose them for
Trying to
us.
do that.
Okay.
That's exactly what we're
Listen,
trying to do.
I had to drop you because you keep interrupting. Listen, I'm not in Africa for you to tell me anything about unity. You're over in my country talking about, think about this, you're over in a whole nother country talking about the people in this country is divisive and there's no unity.
And he worked with Chinese people.
And how insane do you sound? You're not even unified in your country, but you coming over here to tell us we're not unified.
YT. I mean, too much.
And you're insulting the people in that country. That's like me going to Africa and I just start pointing all my finger. Oh man, you guys need to do this. Oh, you guys need to get like America. And I'm in Africa. You know what the people will do? They'll rise up.
But you all did in Liberia. You all
They might
did
put
in
some
Liberia.
tires on you.
You all did in Liberia.
Tell them. Hey, too much.
Tell
them who let all these people over here. Too much. Tell them who let all these people over here. And they got way too comfortable, bro. Tell them who let them.
Yeah, they really did.
Bro,
Now,
you did not let Africans into America. That's why I like education. I like education. I don't want to go back and forth, say misinformation.
Hold on. 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀, go ahead. Ask your question, sir.
You talk about AU. Do you know what AU is and where AU headquarters is, first of all?
It's here.
Isn't it in New York or something like that?
No. Where is AU? Sorry.
It's not.
Where is the AU? I don't know.
You see how funny that answer is?
Hold on.
Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Hold on. What's so funny about me not knowing where the AU headquarters is exactly? What's so funny about that?
It's in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, man. Come on.
Okay.
Now.
The woman say in America.
Where is the AU at? Where is it? Tell me where the AU is at. Where is it at?
Can I talk now?
He asked you like 5 times.
Where is it at?
He said Ethiopia.
Okay, the woman say in America. She don't know what AU is.
It was a guess because you acting all secretive about some stupid shit. Just tell us what
it's in Addis Ababa,
Can I talk?
You did not know where AU is. You gave the wrong answer.
Can I
accept it? Let's educate each other.
It's called the
Can I
Organization
talk
of
now?
African
Know where the AU is.
AU.
Not a big deal.
Listen, do you know when the AU comes here, they put y'all on school buses, the yellow buses, and take y'all around. They don't even put y'all in limousines. They put y'all on.
That is not AU. That is not AU.
That is not African Union. You keep getting
that is not AU.
Too much.
You people don't understand AU.
Too much. Please, let's talk on educating each other. Let's stop the back
Exactly.
and forth. It's useless.
Someone is misinforming them.
Tell us.
Yes.
No, someone is misinforming you. They told you African colors. Can I talk, please?
You gotta hold your own grapefruits. FBA not carrying the weight no more.
Thank you.
Get to the point.
Please.
Please.
Go to Facebook anywhere. And the AU has a website. You can go and write any information.
Why do we care?
Anything
Listen,
AU discuss
brother,
about.
calm down. Nobody come off their mic. I'm gonna start dropping people. Don't over talk people. We can't hear what he said. I'm trying to hear his point, what he's trying to make. Go ahead, Watu. Go ahead.
Okay. Anything AU said or discuss, it will be in their website. AU is African Union organization. All the country, just like EU, European Union. You understand how that works? Why will AU say discuss about you people outside of Africa? For what? What for? It doesn't make sense. Someone is misinforming you people.
So he know it, don't they?
Hold on. You don't know. What is
Sixth region? What region?
You don't know about the 6th region?
He doesn't know.
What? It doesn't make sense. AU member state is a countries. Of.
Hold on. He don't know, family. He's telling us that we don't know, and he don't know. Why don't you go to the AU website? Why don't you go to the AU social media website and read upon the 6th Union? They appointed a Nigerian woman, and they call her Nigerian African American, which is crazy. I never heard that term before. But they appointed a Nigerian woman. Her name is Blessed or Bless something. That's what her name is, and she's over the 6th region. There was only 5 regions. And it encompassed all of Africa. Now there is a 6th region, and it includes Black Americans here in America as well as the Caribbean. It includes all of the diaspora, all of the people they claim to be Africanized. They claim these people, and it includes foundational Black Americans. Well, not us, because we're saying
Too
no.
much, please.
Isn't it no? But you don't know about the 6th region? Watu? No, I'm talking to Watu. You don't know about the 6th region, sir? Come off your mic. Watu, you don't know about the 6th region, sir? Let me try to unmute you again, brother. Come off your mic. Your mic is turned on.
Okay, you know Haiti? Haiti requests to join African
Do you
Union.
know about the 6th Union, sir?
Okay, Watu, let me explain. Watu,
No, it
Watu,
didn't
Watu,
exit.
Watu, let me
It
explain.
didn't
No
exit
such
at
thing too
all.
much. There's no such
Watu,
thing
let
like
me
the
explain.
60
Hey,
million.
African brothers.
There is no such thing
African
as
brothers.
6 region.
African brothers, let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. Watu, Watu, let me explain.
There is no
Okay.
such thing as 6
Watu,
region.
Watu,
Haiti,
let me
a country,
explain.
requests to join African Union.
My God. Please. Watu, let me explain.
I have a question
Okay,
for Too Much.
so
Just
Watu,
for educational purposes, Too Much. If you
hold
give me
on,
opportunity,
African, hold on, African, hold on, African, hold on. Okay, yes, OAU. It was formerly called OAU, which is headquartered at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, right? Organization of African Unity. Right now, I've seen that OAU has been replaced in 2002 with the African Union and a 6th region. Now, the 6th region is the African diaspora, which is like the Caribbeans and all Africans who are living outside the continent of Africa. The AU has replaced OAU, and that took place in the year 2002.
So your African brothers.
2002.
Yeah,
Why didn't
African
you
brothers
complain?
just-
Right now, you are
I
complaining.
have a question for Too Much, please.
2002 till now 2025, you didn't complain about it. Right now you are talking about it. Someone
Because it was
is misinforming
2023
you.
when they made us the 6th region.
Exactly. They've been talking
2023.
about
Why
it.
didn't you talk about it in 2024?
No. Too Much.
Okay, hold on, bro.
Too much.
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
Listen, sir. We didn't know what was going on. This was happening. See, they never stepped to us and said
Yeah.
and made it formally. They did this behind our back. We're not focused on what's going on in the African Union, so we don't care and we don't know what's going on because that deals with Africa. It's just now come to light of what another tether did. Obama did this. Biden did this. And now we understand why them billions of dollars were going to the African Union or to Africa, because this is what the plan was. So they didn't step to the Black American community. They didn't step to us and say, hey man, we want to start including y'all in the African Union. How do y'all feel about that? They didn't ask us none of that. They just did it.
Okay. Who make you know it? Who? Is it Tariq Nasir?
Why are you defending them so hard, Watu?
Okay, real quick, let me go to Kenya. Kenya got their hand up. Go ahead, Kenya. Kenya, I'm not African. Go ahead.
So, it's weird to me how these Africans think they deserve anything over here. Like, let's say that the SLAVE story was true. Why should y'all get reparations for people y'all sold? Because there's no way that people rode a big old ship, first of all, through the Atlantic Ocean, right? And did they like dock it up on the coast? Or did they, throw the anchor out in the sea? Did they ride like a small boat to go pick up people? Because that's what I read they did. They didn't go on the coast, like on the shoreline, that they stayed out and then they rode a little boat out. So they did that with 12.5 million people, right? 35,000 trips like that, which I doubt, right? And
They got to sell the story.
And you guys supposedly sold these people. So why do y'all get to control reparations for anybody?
So let me ask a question then.
Can we ask you a question, Dan?
When you say when you say reparations, which reparations are you talking about?
Exactly. Who asked for reparation?
Hold on, Watu.
I mean, first of
Which
all,
reparation?
Africa don't need to be getting no reparations from nobody.
What reparations are you talking about? You talking about the reparations that are for the indentured slaves in America, or are we talking about the reparations that's for Africa only?
Africa been enslaving people.
Ma'am, you said reparations. You said
Well,
You
you
said
know what
Africans are
reparations
coming
she's
for
talking
You
about
reparations.
for in
know
So which
America,
reparations are we coming from?
for
Are we
slavery in
coming for
America,
reparations in
the
America,
African
or are we
Union
coming for
has
reparations that
for
reparations.
in
belong to
America.
Africa?
She said America
Britain
already.
Oh,
colonized
no,
Africa,
why,
not America.
So
why
if
we
you
would
don't
why,
know,
Can I ask
hold
y'all
on,
a
hold on, hold on.
question?
Why would
hold
we want your
on,
reparations in
hold
America?
on.
Why would
If
we
you
want that?
don't, hold on. If you don't know the African Union's theme right now, they have a theme, and it's reparations now. Where'd they get that word from? They got it from us. They're talking about getting reparations for all the people of the diaspora, and they wanted to run through the AU. They want to control the money
Thank
and then
you.
give out the checks. We don't. We definitely, as foundational Black Americans, don't want African Union touching anything that comes up with our money because we know what happens when it goes through them.
Yeah.
It's never gonna get to us.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
the reparations that you're
We
asking
seen
about
how
too
they did
much.
it to y'all. We seen how
Okay.
they did it to y'all. We seen how they take how when
who
USA
did
over
what to
there,
them?
y'all don't get
Anytime
none
one
of
of them
that
get
Doesn't
in
stuff.
make
power,
sense.
Who
It
did
doesn't make
what to
sense at
them?
all.
Africa
Okay.
is
Too much.
how
Let me ask
Africa
this. Let
was
me ask
not
this.
colonized.
The
They were a
reparations
protectorate.
that
Stop it. Y'all were
the rep
not colonized. Y'all
Kenya,
were a protectorate.
Kenya, why are you spreading
Y'all were not
misinformation? Why are you
colonized. You
saying
were a
Africa was
Exactly.
you
was
protectorate.
Someone
asked.
is
colonized?
misinforming these people.
one at a time, please.
Not
What?
America does
Y'all were
not
not
colonize
colonized. Y'all
Africa.
were protected
It's
by the
Britain that
crown.
colonized
Y'all were their
Africa.
goonies, right? Y'all made
Africa
deals
never
with
asked
them.
America for reparation. It's Britain, the African asked for reparation. Someone is
Yes, we're going to ask for our
misinforming you
reparations
people.
from the UK.
Reparations for
From the
what?
UK.
But y'all
Yes, from
have
the
the
Reparations
UK
country
to
for
the
though.
Reparation for
what?
European
what?
Union.
Why will
Okay, hold
Britain
on.
pay you reparation?
Hold on. I get that y'all are asking for reparations for Africa.
For what?
I
Yes,
get that y'all are asking for reparations from Africa,
from the
but
European Union and
you're
UK.
also
For
asking
what?
for reparations for the diaspora as well. And y'all wanted to
That is
go
false,
to them
not
and
true.
divvy it up and give
It's
it to
on the
the
AU
people.
website.
And
Not
we
only
don't
that,
want
How
that.
are they going to ask
they
for
wanted to
reparations
go
from
to
people that
Africa to
they
get
made
Oh,
deals with?
our
Africa.
reparations are
Too
due.
We are
too much.
not
I've been
Y'all
going
meaning
to
to
made
ask you a
deals with the
America.
question.
Listen,
British.
Get it through
Y'all
your
were
head. We're
protected
listen,
by the
not
British
leaving
listen.
crown.
Just
America.
remember this.
There is no
Just
going
remember
back
this.
to Africa. We
Just
never
remember
came
this.
from there.
Just remember this, West Africa.
Yes,
Remember this. We have a claim here in America too. That's
that's the
separate.
fact. You guys could claim
That's
yours, but we're going to
separate
claim ours from
from
EU and
y'all.
UK.
And
Y'all
From
were
hold
thank you from
protected
on.
y'all.
by the
And
British
hold
crown.
on. Since y'all want to have those slave castles over there, guess what we're gonna want
Not funny.
also? We're gonna want some compensation for them slave castles y'all got over there here in
Oh no,
America.
we'll take care of you
So,
guys.
so when
We'll take
y'all
Can
care
I
of you
get
ask
your
you
guys.
my question? Too
reparations,
much. Can I
Go ahead.
ask you my
No,
question?
too
Can I
much.
ask you a
We
question?
owe
What's
you
Too
going
much.
guys
on?
something. We owe
hold
you guys
on,
something.
hold on. When y'all get y'all reparations from the
Yes.
UK, make sure you cut the check.
Yeah,
How are they
we
going
owe
to?
you guys something,
I have
brother.
a question.
Make
How
sure
are they
you
going to
cut
get
the check.
reparations from the people they were protected by? They were protectorate.
Woman, stop talking.
Y'all were
We're
a
fighting that battle
protectorate.
ourselves.
It's
We
either
don't
you're
fight that
This
battle with
colonized
anybody.
reparation,
or
I'm
you're a
trying to hear what she
protectorate.
said.
Stop talking.
Kenya, what you say?
This is not your
They were
room.
protectorates. They
You
were
can talk.
protectorates. They were protected by the British
Too
crown. The
much
French
funny, man.
crown. They were not colonized. Go look up what a protectorate is.
Too much,
can
please. When people like Kenya come up here
I can show proof. You
and
want to
spread
see
this
proof?
misinformation,
Let me show you
that's
proof.
why
I'll
Yeah.
be
people
back.
start
Hold on.
making comments like
What's
people
the
are
misinformation?
uneducated. And it
Listen,
She's
gets
when
not
me.
being
y'all
your wife, bro. Let her
listen,
talk.
when
She
y'all
just
come up,
said
hold on,
Africans were never
hold
colonized. She just
on,
said that.
hold on. When y'all come up here spreading this misinformation, we bear with y'all. So y'all
Yeah.
gonna have to bear with Kenya with her information because y'all be spreading a whole lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Okay, too
so
much.
okay,
Okay.
okay, so you agree. Now let me ask you too much.
misinformation
Too
for
much.
misinformation.
It's okay. Let me ask you a question too much,
Listen,
please.
go ahead, Miss Kenya.
Have you studied the African Union Charter? Have you studied that
No,
document?
no.
Please study that document so
Why?
that we
Why would we study that document?
No,
We're not African.
I'm not studying no African Union
Babel or
document.
tether Babel.
We're
don't
not
talk
Nah,
about
African.
Africa. African says 6 regions because it doesn't make sense. It all lies. Someone misinforming you.
No, your people
Tariq
doing what
Nasir,
they doing. Like,
they say African
Lord.
don't like respect us. African don't respect us. They want us to be African. Which African want you to be African? It doesn't make sense. Not me.
That's what we're saying. We saying it don't make
I'm
sense why
not.
y'all doing that.
Be who you are.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
why
Call
are they
yourself
worried about
whatever you
reparations? It
want.
had nothing to
We
do with
don't
them.
care. We are focusing on our life.
Then
Go
why y'all
holler at
trying
Europe
to
then. Go
get our
holler
Hey,
at the
hold
president.
on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
Broccoli.
y'all. Hold on, y'all. I want to say shout out to my brother Dig up there for being on point with the OAU in 2001. See, I like when people bring scholarship and bring facts to the table and not emotions. It just sounds a whole lot better. Everything Dig said, I'm looking at it right now. Everything Dig said was correct. Correct. Y'all listen, what y'all need to do is
Can I
stop
ask? Can I ask you a question?
and
Too
get some
much.
scholarship. Dig came with the correct information. What are you coming with? Misinformation.
Can
I'm
I
looking at
ask
the
you a
African
question?
document right now. See, thank God we have something called AI now, and we can just bring it up, and we can just get to the meat of everything instead of just sit here and just speculate. The African diaspora as the sixth region. I'm looking at it right here. The promotion of Afrocentric identity. That's what they want to do. Pan-African unity and partnerships with African descendants abroad, including FBAs.
Is it in
It
their
says
website,
including
or is
FBAs.
someone who made
It
the
says
paragraph and
FBA,
send you?
so they know exactly who we are. It even says FBA, bro.
They know who we are, sir.
That's sad, bro. It even
Those
says FBA. No
is
way it
this
says
in their
FBA on there.
website? Because
The
I read
AU
this
Charter for the
somewhere else.
African
The same thing,
Cultural,
not
they
in
call
African
it an
Union website.
African, listen, they call it, this is the word they're using, African Cultural Renaissance. When I just told you that culture and custom are different.
Yep.
That is
They're
Okay,
going to
sad.
call it
can
an
you put it up?
African
Can you please put it up here?
Cultural Renaissance. And what does that mean for foundational Black Americans? That means they want to erase our culture
Yep.
and replace it with their culture, family. That's
Yep.
what you gotta
Wait
understand.
there. We got
We're not
millions
going
of
to
culture,
allow
thousands
that.
of culture. You are
We're
talking about
not
their
going to
culture.
allow that. Our culture is more unique than their culture.
But do you know what
Okay,
FBA stands
let's
for,
agree with you
Brazil?
too much.
What
I
they're
agree with you.
saying?
Which African
They
culture
are
in
saying
particular
that FBA is focused
are we
on
trying to replace
foundational
with your
Black
culture?
Africans.
Exactly. It doesn't make
He
sense
just
at
read the
all.
thing, bro. Dig
Which
already told
African
y'all.
culture in particular are we trying to replace your culture with?
I'm
He
Because
just
still
Nigeria
read it
Foundational
to
hold
alone,
me.
Black
on, sir. Hold on,
Africans.
sir.
They
Nigeria
are
Hold
alone
on,
has
sir. Hold on,
750
sir.
different
Listen.
cultures.
Listen.
Exactly. So stop
Listen.
calling us
is
Africans.
Listen.
foundational Black
Listen.
Africans.
I'm still
I
trying to
heard
figure
you
out
too.
what is African culture because the only African culture I know is fleeing.
Oh my God, too much. But
I'm just
you
being
really gotta
real.
go there, brother.
The only
You really.
African culture I know is y'all flee.
And
Y'all are
bleaching.
nomadic. Hold on. Y'all are
Family.
nomadic people, and y'all pride yourself on being in everybody else's country but
Damn.
your own.
Yep.
That's your culture.
Damn.
That's your
Now I
culture.
know your customs, but as far as your culture, that's the only culture I know. Somebody tell me what the heck do Africans believe in? What is their culture? Tell me.
Family.
Okay, your problem is
Now,
you
No,
Black America. Your problem
answer
is
that
too,
question.
too, too much,
yeah.
What do
too
You
much.
Africans believe?
Let
Hold
me
on.
answer you that question.
Answer this. What is it?
Good.
Directly, please.
Yeah, please, I'm going to be very direct. Now, when you talk about Africa, this is why we disagree with you when you try to say Africans. We try to say there is so many countries in Africa. Africa is not a country. Now, when you speak about the African culture, I have said here that Nigeria alone has over 750 different cultures. If you say we're trying to replace your culture with our own, then the question is, which of our cultures in particular are you talking about? Because Africa
Then
is
you tell me
diverse
this.
culturally.
Then tell me
Culturally,
this.
we are
Then
diverse.
answer this. Exactly. That's true. Many different customs all around. Man, you're telling the truth. So my question to you is, what the heck is is an African cultural renaissance, sir? What the heck is that?
Thank you.
Explain the
who
African
is misinforming you
cultural
people?
renaissance. Can you explain that to me, sir? Since there's like 5,000 different cultures, 5,000 different languages, 5,000 different customs, on the continent. Can you explain to me which one or what is it? What is an African cultural renaissance? Go.
That's why we ask you. When you say we're trying to replace your culture with the African culture, we ask you which one in particular.
Well, he
Because
just
we are culturally diverse. Africa is culturally
This is not
diverse.
EU. Sorry, this is not EU logo.
Sir, the AU
Please pause it.
charter
Let us
says you
see.
guys are having an African
Someone is
cultural
misinforming you
renaissance.
people.
I didn't say that.
Well, you just don't want to accept the
You
information
know,
that we're
I
giving.
spoke with one of Ghana's
Please,
people.
show us. This is not African Union
Wait, let
logo.
me
Please
say,
show us.
Why don't you
let me
Google it
say
yourself,
what
bro?
this person from Gummy's Live, his name is Earth something. He came on a live like maybe a week ago and said, we already knew we couldn't come to FBAs or Americans or American Indians. We are coming in through the Caribbeans, the islands. We are representing them. We already know you guys won't accept us. They said that those Caribbeans have gladly signed up with them to be represented to get these reparations. They already said we're going in through them because we know you guys will not accept the UN or AU, whatever that is. But I've talked to them, and he's from Gummy's Live, the one that cries about being called African British.
Can I ask you a question about that, Step Up?
It doesn't make sense.
Can I ask you a question, Step Up?
Exactly, it doesn't make sense. Talk to your people.
Can I ask you a question? Please. Yeah, okay. So you saying that Africans gathered together, sat down, and had a meeting with the Caribbeans. That's what you're saying, right?
It's Pan-African.
Did that happen? My question is, did that happen? Yes or no?
Yes, it happened. It's already pushed through. This was
On
like
which date? On which date?
On which date, bro? Y'all better get out of here with this bull crap
On
right
which
now.
date did Africans?
They gonna keep trying to move the goalposts. They already know. They lying. They already
Maybe
know.
she didn't hear.
Because it's a lie.
Nah, stop yelling at her,
Women
bro. Stop
president
yelling at
asked
her.
for Britain about reparation. Maybe she didn't hear about that or read about it.
And from what I know,
Okay, so let me clear this up real quick. Okay, let me clear this up.
Yeah,
real
because
quick.
I was about to address it.
let me clear this real quick. I just read in the comments somebody said Spike Lee is representing the AU. Spike Lee is not representing the AU. He's appointed by Benin. See, I want y'all to understand that the way if the AU was going to get to the black community, you know what they're going to go through? They're going to go through celebrity. They're not going to come directly to the grassroots. They're not going to ask a everyday black American or foundational black American. They're going to go through the foundational black American celebrities. They're going to get people like Snoop Dogg. They're going to get people like Spike Lee. They're going to get those people to start this Pan-African thing. They're going to get Dr. Umar. They're going to get those people to do that. And they're going to go through Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Roland Martin. They're going to get they're going to approach the Democratic Party. Let's keep it a buck. They're going to approach the Democratic Party. And guess what? They did do that. It's called Obama. It's called Biden.
And that is false, my brother.
And they in their mind, they have the black vote. That's why we had to show them they don't have the black vote. That's why Trump is in office, because we showed them they don't necessarily have the black vote. They got some people that are just going to continue to vote Democrat because of the propaganda and witchcraft that comes from the news, the mainstream media. Those people who are watching that, you're the most misinformed people on the planet. You cannot believe legacy media. They do not talk about the black perspective. They do not have the black voice. Only from the grassroots can you get the black perspective and the black voice. We cannot trust mainstream media. We cannot trust any black celebrity, any Greek boule. That's another people that they will approach. They will approach the Greek organizations, because those are the gatekeepers of the black community. That's who they're going to approach. And they've already done that. They just like they always do, they don't tell us nothing.
We got enough celebrities.
And the Divine Nine said yes.
Yeah.
See, they're
African
not going to
Union.
talk to the real voices in black community because they know what's going to happen. See, they unalived all our leaders like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. They unalived those leaders that really meant something to us because those are the ones that are going to tell us the truth and not just go with the lie. So now they've established this boule class, and that's who they discuss things with because they know the boule class is on step and on beat with them.
Just like the Africans.
So when you Africans come up here and say, I asked y'all a simple question, what is the African cultural renaissance? And your brother just told the truth. He said, man, hold on, man.
African Union don't discuss all about this thing you talk about. African Union.
𝗤𝗏, man. Are you East African, brother? Are you Ethiopian or Eritrean, brother? Because you sound Middle Eastern as hell.
No, I'm from West Africa. African Union don't talk about all those issues you talk about. They talk about crisis, how to make trade between each other. You understand? Immigration, security issues. Only, not about someone outside or
You're
Trump,
misinformed,
Obama.
sir.
No, it's all false. This is all false. Someone is misinforming you people. You have to be careful.
Who's misinforming us, sir?
Tariq Nasir is
We're reading from the charter. No one's misinforming us, sir. We know what's going on.
Pause the charter, please. Pause it.
Okay, so the African Renaissance, the whole context about African Renaissance is just Africans reclaiming their cultural identity due to all the exploitation from the colonial masters, right? And that includes like art, literature, music, cultural practices.
People.
That's pretty much Africans are trying to revitalize their image in the world. That's what the Renaissance is all about.
They're going to owe us when they find out. Are they going to try to recollect the slaves, the people that they mistreated and sold?
I thought you guys don't want to do anything with us.
No, so stop trying to say we the sixth region.
No, you're not understanding what she's
you
saying.
want to get material things back, but not.
You can't have the moral high ground or the moral authority, right? We have the moral high ground and we have the moral authority. Now, if you're trying to get the moral high ground and the moral authority and you get reparations, that must mean you also must repair the people that you also harmed in Africa. So see how it's a catch-22?
Yeah,
so the
that's
moment
exactly.
try to say, hey,
Brazil,
we need something for our injustice. You got to realize that you guys also caused a lot of injustice and harm to a people.
So that means FBA agreed that they're Africans then.
No. See,
I'm trying to understand this.
Hold on. Let me help you understand.
Okay. Clear it up for me.
Because no FBA is saying they don't have African ancestry, sir. That's different than being African.
Okay.
I have European.
So here's what I understand. This is what I think.
Indigenous ancestry, sir. I'm a foundational Black American.
Okay,
I'm not denying that there's no African gene pool that's mixed in. Of course there is.
Okay. So let me support your argument too much.
African. I had an ethnogenesis on this country, on this land, and I'm from this soil, and my blood is from this soil. My haplogroup is different than your haplogroup.
Okay, understood.
You can tell the difference from an American versus an African just by looking at the bone structure and the bones. My head shape is not your head shape.
Yeah, because your bloodline got mixed with a lot of things.
So what are you doing calling me a continental African? I'm not a continental African.
Okay, so let me support your argument too much. So I think with the whole FBA thing, I want my African brothers to listen to this. I think why FBA are doing what they're doing, because they can only go back like 500 years, right? They can only trace their roots
only
back
500 years?
Hold on, let me finish. Let me talk. I haven't said 5 damn words and you interrupted me.
Only 500 years.
Have some decorum, sir. Please. Jesus Christ. Wow, man. Too much. Can I continue, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I want my African brothers to know this. You see, the way to really trace somebody's real cultural identity comes by their language and their names. So we know for a fact that these white people did a damage on this continent called America. They did a lot of bad things, right? Hence the reason why FBA could only trace their stuff back to 500 years. Now, I want to know is what happened before 500 years. I'm of the belief that there were black people on this land before the 1500s. I have that belief that they were here, right? And they probably migrated from Africa as well, over here, back in the day, okay? So what I think is going on, since the FBAs, the blacks who were on this land, discovered this land way, way before white people came here, right? I think FBA is now telling us Africans that it looks like the white people are trying to convince them that, oh, all of you came from over here, none of you discovered anything here, so that they could steal this land from their ancestors before the 1500s who were already here. Is that correct? Too much?
Kind of, but not really. And let me tell you.
Okay, so help me clarify.
Let me clarify for you.
Okay.
You said that we can only trace our history back 500 years.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you can't trace your history back 500 years.
Tell them.
Wait.
You can't.
Tribe, hold on. Too much. I said it on your live. My tribe, the Bini tribe, is 11,000 BC before Christ.
You can say that. I mean, it sounds good when you say it, but that's oral history. You can't trace it back.
Is it too much that you overstepping your boundaries right now? This is my history for my culture.
Brother, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. That's oral history. You can't trace it back and show the receipt. You can say that. Listen, the term Africa is a new term. You keep saying we're Africa. It was the 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘵. It was Turtle. It was Skull Island. Before it was anything. You understand? You see what I'm saying? So they had many names. It was called Ethiopia at one time. It was
named
Egypt.
Africa in the 1800s.
It was all called Egypt at one time. So 1800s is how. That's like 200 years ago, sir.
Yeah, but
you're talking about it. Hold on, think about it. You're talking about it.
When you finish, I'll go ahead.
Here, over 400 and 500 years. I'm older than you, dig.
Okay.
My lineage is older than your lineage, dig. You're talking. You call yourself an African. My lineage was here before there was an America. Now, whether we look at the transatlantic slave trade, you got to understand this fact, and this is a fact. Go get the map of 1619. Or is it 16? Go get the map of 1619. They have a picture of it, and they drew what the people of that land look like on that map, and it's all foundational Black Americans. Now, were we called foundational Black Americans then? No. We were indigenous, aboriginal, copper-colored people found here by Europeans. I don't care what you say. The Mayans, the Incans, the Olmecs, the current, the Choctaw, the Creek,
Red
the
natives.
𝗖𝗄𝐶, that was all us. Did you know that you used to be able to, from South America, walk to Africa from South America? Did you know that? See, y'all got to do y'all.
I believe that because there's a lot of Africans in Brazil.
So it wasn't even called Africa back then.
Yeah, of course.
That's what
I know that.
Did you know the word Hebrew? The word
I know the word Hebrew. Yeah.
Crossing over. That's all Hebrew means. Crossover. From one body of water to another body of water. We crossed over. The language here in America, like your pidgin English, like Swahili, was a Hebrew. A Hebrew. I won't even say it's the Hebrew of the day, but it was a type of Hebrew language that everybody spoke and knew how to communicate with all the tribes. That's how the Moors were able to communicate a little bit more with us. That's why whenever they traveled, think about this. Whenever the Spanish explored anything, they brought with them a Moor for an interpreter. How can you interpret a different somebody's mother tongue. How can you they had a common language that all the tribes use so they can speak with each other. That was Hebrew or Hebrewic type language. I'm not even gonna say it was the current Hebrew of today, but a Hebrewic type language that they were able to get through and talk to the people and get their guard down. That's how they were able to conquer us. It was the freaking Moors. Okay. So we've always been on this continent. There is an equator, sir. Everybody came from the equator. So we started from the equator and we migrated out. So here might be a shock to some people. We all foundational Black Americans originated probably in Brazil and migrated out.
Oh shit!
Because it's by the equator.
Okay.
There's an equator everywhere. The equator just doesn't touch Africa. Okay. If you are a melanated person and you have this color skin, you came from the equator and you migrated out. And you didn't lose your color because you went to a different region. You kept your color. We've always been many colors. We've been black, brown, yellow. We've been all kind of colors.
Right.
That's who we are. We're a multicolored people. But for the most part, we're copper colors. Moors are not just North African. They are the Black Europeans.
Okay.
Moor just means black, dark skin. That's all it means. The Moors today in Morocco are not the same Moors that was doing all this stuff.
Exactly.
Now, they might be a descendant of them because they got watered down. But they're not the same. The Egyptians today are not the same as the sub-Saharan Africans that are the Nubians. I was just calling. They are not the Nubians that originated in Egypt that taught everybody.
Right, Kush, yeah.
And I'll say this. Say this. America was separated. So y'all mathematics wasn't our mathematics. We had math over here too. So y'all keep playing y'all invented math. Okay, you had your math, but we had our math over here.
Okay.
How were we able to invent? If you dig up our tools and you look at your tools over there, your ancient tools are not the same as our ancient tools. Our ancient tools were actually more advanced. We have over 2,000 something pyramids over here. The most. We have the most lakes come from America. The mounds. We have more mounds than y'all. You start with a mound before you have a pyramid. The mounds predate the pyramids. We have more mounds than you guys have.
Too much. What tribe am I from?
You're from the Beni.
How long has my tribe existed?
1100 BC? I don't know.
1100 BC. Is that not longer than yours?
No, it's not, because I'm gonna tell you why, sir.
No, can you go back 1100 BC?
You can't go back to 11 BC.
Okay, you can't, but I could go back in my tribe.
No, you can't.
Listen,
hey man, keep your mouth shut, man. You don't you do that. Don't you ever insult my tribe. I don't play that nonsense.
Hold on, sir.
Too much. Check his ass, man. I'm not gonna tolerate that nonsense.
You can't.
Man,
you can put your dick up in my boy.
Listen, calm down. Listen,
you catch a fade in real life.
I'm not gonna play that shit with y'all today.
You're lucky it's on that TikTok.
Y'all are crazy. Listen.
We would be fighting in real life right now.
You claim 1100 BC. You claim the Ottoman Empire. All this stuff. Y'all, what you don't understand is y'all been remixed from top to bottom, from east to west. You guys are an amalgamation. You had your own ethnogenesis. You're no longer them anymore. So you've been remixed to so many different ways. You don't know where you come from. You say it because that's what they told you. You said you're from Nigeria, and this is where these so-called people.
I don't claim Nigeria. I claim Bini tribe too much. I said that so many times on your live. I call myself a Bini man first before I call myself a Nigerian.
I got you. But though that's oral history is what all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying when it comes to documents, we got the documents that go all the way back.
And we got our own documents to our
You
own
got
history.
documents that go back to 11,000 BC.
Your
We got
documents,
our own history.
you don't have any documents that go back to 11,000 BC is what I'm trying to
We
say.
got our own culture. Listen, we got our all. Listen,
have
we
any
know all our
documents.
dynasties from the
You have an
𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀.
oral
Do you know what they call the
history
𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀?
only.
Do you know what
You
they
have
call
an
the
oral
𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀 too much?
history
You don't have a
only.
birth certificate.
Do you know what they call the 𝗤𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀 too much?
Sounds like oral history.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, that's right. It's already documented in my history. Okay?
Africa
The Benin
is
tribe,
ethnogenesis.
listen, the
Where can we see this documentation?
No, you guys don't care about. You guys don't
And what
care to
country
know
was
about that
establishing
stuff.
this documentation?
No, you don't. You really don't care to. We've had so many dynasties, so many kings since the 1100 BCs, man.
Exactly.
Is he part of the 𝗤𝗍𝗵?
That you're
No,
saying,
I'm not. I'm talking about the Benin tribe in Nigeria.
But
the Benin
that
tribe
Edo?
is Benin.
Huh?
What about the country of Benin? That's the 𝗤𝗍𝗵 tribe right there.
That's
Yeah,
that's
𝗤𝗍𝗵,
that's different.
Catching. Why are they called Benin then? Why are they called Benin?
That's what the French colonials called them.
Wait,
So anyway,
Oh, they
check it out.
𝗤𝗍𝗵.
So would you agree that Africans are nomadic?
Nomadic.
Yeah, nomadic.
I'm not even talking about that kind of stuff, bro. I
I
want to know why you denied my history.
That y'all didn't
That's
stay
why I
in
want
one
to know.
Don't have
Why
proof.
did you deny my
Y'all
history?
didn't stay in one region, and you don't have the proof that you say you have. You have oral history. That's it.
Zika, look, man. You could go to the British museums in Europe, and you could see our artifacts that they stole from our land.
You can
right?
go to
This is what these people do.
British museums and see Olmecs and Mayans and Incans.
Right. But you're not going to
what
sit
are you
here.
talking
You're not
about?
going to sit here and deny my history from 1100 BC because I'm not doing that with yours.
Yes, you are.
The Mayans? Do you predate the Olmec? Do you predate those people?
What?
Do you predate the Mayans, the Olmecs, the Incans? Do you predate those people, sir?
I don't know their history. I only know my history, so I'm not going to be able to answer that question correctly.
If I'm from the soil here, and my roots are indigenous here, those are also my people.
And I've said it before that there were other black people on this land.
And that predates your people, sir. The oldest. Let me say.
So
it
you
again.
agree that I'm from 1100 BC, my tribe? Then that's what you're saying.
Listen, the oldest fossil of a woman of color was found in Brazil or South America.
Okay.
Older than anything found in Africa, sir. The oldest was found here.
Okay.
And it was a black woman.
Okay.
10,000.
I don't have to argue or disagree with that because I haven't done no research on that yet. So I'm not going to sit here and argue.
Google it right now. You can Google it right now. The
Because
oldest.
that's what that right there is irrelevant to what I'm trying to address here.
It should let you know without without nothing that there was already black people here, and that when we
said
say
that before.
we're not African.
I said that before.
So y'all keep want to come with this out of Africa theory that the YT man keeps pushing. Y'all better stop it. Y'all just better stop. Understand that there's an equator that goes everywhere. And if you want to see an indigenous people, Aboriginal people, it's always going to be somebody melanated. So Africa does not have the franchise on the term black.
Thank you.
Black people or melanated people. They don't. They were melanated in Europe before they were white. The Romans weren't white. That's a lie.
They don't realize that.
The Carthaginians were melanated
so too much. Should I call you a white man?
Huh?
They don't realize
Should I
that the
call you a white
colonizer
man?
gave them that
I'm not a
narrative.
white man.
Japanese
I'm not a
man?
white man.
No, should I call Black Americans white or Black men and people in America white then?
No. We are foundational Black Americans. We are copper color. We made the term Black popular. Black didn't
Because
come from Africa.
if
Y'all
you go,
use black when y'all come here. When y'all over there in Africa, y'all are whatever tribe you say you are. Benin
Thank you.
tribe, whatever. You're that tribe when you over there. But when you over here, you claim Black American and African American.
That is false.
Yeah, no,
It's not
that's
false.
true.
I saw it in
That's
college.
true.
That's not
Step
false.
up. I want to ask you a question. You step up. You say Caribbean. Have you ever hear Barbados president asking Britain for reparation? Have you ever hear it? You never did, do you? Because you focus on America. You don't know what is
We're
outside
Americans.
America. Yeah, you are Americans.
So we
Exactly.
focus on
Don't
America.
don't talk about things you don't know. Barbados
exactly.
president
We're talking
Exactly.
about
in
reparations
Caribbean.
in America.
In Caribbean, ask
You just want some
Britain.
populism now.
Does this guy
Can you
sound?
hear me?
Does this
Yeah, we
guy
can
Can
hear
you
sound
hear
you.
me?
What an idiot.
African to y'all? He sound like,
I'm only talking about what somebody from Gummy's Live came and told another panel. He's a Pan-African, and they went through the Caribbean community and got them to sign up for that AU to be represented by Africans about the reparations or whatever they're trying to do. So
You
he
just
told
thought the African Union is just a child play. Hey, you thought it's a
it
child
doesn't
play. Just
matter what
go
it
around.
is. It doesn't matter what it is. He
So
thought
when
that
was
those
that?
people were
Why
not
didn't they
America.
make it take a picture?
The islands are
2023.
still Americans. They cannot do that without all of the Americas signing up for that. The
Is that
Caribbeans
how they
don't have the
do? Is that
power.
how they do?
The
Going around and
Caribbeans
people to
don't
sign.
have the power to go to Africa to get any type of
It
representation.
doesn't make sense.
They
It's a
should have
lie. What you are
talked to
saying is
us.
not true. It's false.
hey, I'm gonna
Well,
start
I don't
shuffling.
know.
I'm
I
gonna start
haven't talked
shuffling
to
the
any
deck, you
Pan
guys.
Africans.
Some
I gotta
people you
bring some
just
more
can't
people up.
reason with. It's
So
crazy.
if I drop you, don't get upset. I'm gonna start shuffling the deck and bringing people up. It just is what it
That
is.
You
was
can
crazy.
you can drop me. You can drop me.
Okay, I'll bring you back up. You can always request back up. Petunia, go ahead, Petunia.
Some people you just can't talk to. That was just literally just gymnastics. Like, why are you fighting against just the truth? You're just fighting against the
Fighting hard.
truth. I mean, you could just look at all the evidence and tell the colonizers pushed this thing on us to separate us from our land. They wanted to steal it. That's all
Exactly.
it boils down to.
That's exactly what it is.
God.
I'm gonna
And
start
they,
reshuffling the deck.
and
Don't
they're
get
doing
mad
the
at me,
same
guys.
crap right now on the
I'm just
continent in South Africa.
If you want to request back up, you're able to request back up. I just gotta shuffle the deck a little bit, y'all. So that's it.
I mean, God.
Bring a lot of humor
Thank
to this
you.
stuff.
That was a whole lot of wrestling around, mental wrestling. Mental, I mean, I'm just sitting there listening to everything like, why are they fighting so hard against it? Why does it even matter? Even if none of that you said too much was true. We've been here 500 years and they know that. So what's I mean, dang. They know that we've been here 500 years. They only been Africa for 200. So it doesn't make a difference.
Can somebody say that America is older than Africa?
Because the name Africa was created in the 1800s or something like that by the Romans.
There was no borders then, so how do you even know?
There were no. Listen.
Y'all have all this stuff. I'm Nigerian. I'm Ghanaian.
There was no Nigerian back then. Right. There was no the way Africa is divided today. That's not the way it was. We had kingdoms. This Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, all this stuff only started in the 1884, 1886. That's when they carved it out. And that's just
so. What do y'all consider white South Africans?
What?
What do
Those
y'all
are
consider
those
white
are,
South
listen, let
Africa?
me tell you something. Those are invaders. That's not their land. They stole it.
Then why are they not called European South Africans?
What?
Or Dutch South Africans? Why are they not called Dutch South Africans? Why are y'all not pushing that these are not Africans, these are Europeans? Why y'all not pushing that?
The same way the
We
white
are we do
Americans,
that.
the
What do
same
you
way
mean?
the
Haven't you
white
heard about the
Americans,
apartheid?
hold on, Dig. The same way the white Americans have latched onto that term American, which they know they never used to latch onto until the late 1900s, where they started calling themselves Native Americans because they couldn't call themselves Aboriginal or Indigenous Americans or even the term American because the term American meant copper-colored races.
Hi, host. Let me know when I can properly introduce myself because I would love to join the conversation and I want to be respectful.
I hear
Yeah,
my
thank,
African sister
thank you for
speaking. Go
being
ahead.
respectful. Thank you for being respectful. Go ahead, hello, Las Vegas. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much for bringing me up here. This has been a really great live because I've been wanting to learn a little bit more about the AU, and I still have more questions. But you and Dig are awesome. I just have to say that. So number one, I am Angolan. I've been in the U.S. for 44 years, and I am 48 years old. So I'm old. I'm an older woman, and I've gone to school with all of you. I had the same education as you do, so I probably don't even know my own culture as much as anyone that's there. And I have a 24-year-old daughter that's, half African American and half Angolan. But anyways, I'll just land right there and let you guys keep going because I interrupted you guys. But I wanted to introduce myself so when I jump in, I'm not, just jumping in randomly. And you know who I am. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So this is what the YT do. They take over other people's cultures and make it their own.
Facts.
They did it in Europe. They took over all the Egyptian gods. They just made them Greek gods. Jesus or Yeshua, we know that we know he was a man of color. And what did they make him? A YT man. Y'all know what the very reason why the Middle Eastern are considered YT today is because of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
If Jesus wasn't supposedly Middle Eastern because they made that term Middle Eastern up.
Yeah.
They had to find some way to latch on to make Jesus become Caucasian of some sort. So they made Middle Easterns Caucasians.
Correct.
That's why they're able to come over here and claim YT. Because if they got this picture of YT Jesus with blonde hair, blue eyes, right? And they know he came from the region of the Middle East. And then you got all these Middle Easterns who they don't classify as YT, then they would be saying Jesus is not YT, and they're worshiping a Middle Eastern God. And they don't want to say that. That's why when you hear a lot of people say Jesus is white, they don't want it because if they admit he's another color, they would have to come face to face with their oppressing the very people that are the chosen people of God. And they don't want to do that. They have to keep everything for them. They come over here and they take cultures and co-opt. They're the kings and queens of co-opting cultures.
Teach, nigga. Teach.
They don't make anything. They don't invent anything. They take it and then they tell you they invented it. That's what they do all over the world. Europe was culturally melanated. The Romans were not YT. They were listen. They were mixed. They were mixing and mingling with so many cultures over there in Roman. Man, you gotta understand, man. You gotta understand the Greeks. They were sleeping with anything and everything. They were doing beastie. They were doing some beastie. They were doing everything. Beast, man, woman, child, whatever. They were doing it all. It was a free for all. You talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. They were the Sodom and Gomorrah. They were Sodom. man, they were those people.
Host, you know what I think about all of this that happened, and even though this is sad, and we're going through a change right now, I think it's good. I think we needed to go through this. You know what I mean?
Yes, we did.
It needed to happen, and I mean, it may like I said, it sounds bad, but it needed to happen. Number one, I support FBA, the nice ones. You seem to be nice. I've been on some lives where they're really mean and talk crazy to me. I've been cussed out. But I think the foundational Black Americans do need to wrap up the culture, and because it's a very important culture. It's a great culture. Like I said, I've been here for 44 years, so that's the only culture I really know. That's one of the cultures I know, along with my Angolan culture here. But I think what's really important is even me just sitting here and listening to you, and they go back and forth, and Terry and Mr. No, we're learning. And I think everybody needs to go back and learn their family history, because we're not a monolith. Oh, I got the word right. Thank you,
Monolith,
Jesus.
yes, monolith,
Yeah,
right.
we're not a monoliths, because some families, because I'm just so happy that before all this happened, I went through a rabbit hole about Black Indians. At first, I thought it was like a joke. I was like, wait, this is not, they're joking. And then I'm like, wait, they're serious. And then I was like, whoa. So I read so much about that, or, listen on TikTok, YouTube, whatever, that by the time all this hit and people were saying I'm not African, I was like, whoa, I get it, because I really listened to it. Now, one thing I will say, and then I'll land. This makes me think, we're not going to go religious here, because I don't like that stuff either. But it makes me think about the Bible, of how like the sons or families separated and then created different nations. I do agree that it's very, very, especially after all of my research, that they were already aboriginal or natives. They were melanated in different countries, whether it was Australia, America, Mexico, everywhere. And even if they came from the continents of Africa, it probably happened years and years and years ago, and they were their own people. So
Let me
I
say this
actually
real quick.
believe that. And I land. Thank you.
Let me say this real quick. If you just apply common sense,
yes,
to your logic and to your what's the word I'm looking for? If you just to your education, it will all make sense. Mexicans would not have a black abuela
exactly
if they weren't Black people here already. They want to tell you that, oh, they brought over a bunch of Africans and moved them. Think about that. How many millions and millions and millions they would have to massacre and for that to happen? The Spaniards were known.
Natives.
The Spaniards were known for raping these people. I mean, breeding them out. So why would they need to breed them out if they weren't a darker complexion? It just got to apply the common sense to it. Just apply the use the sense that God gave. The Most High gave you this a sense to understand. Hey, man, 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah.
You can't trick me with 5 and 6. So that's what the YT man's done. They've applied their trickery, which is just magic. Currency, money is magic.
And you know what?
It really doesn't have any value. They tricked you and told you that this money is worth 100 cows, and you can take this money instead of bringing 100 cows. And you fell for it, and you used it. And we all use it today. If you realize that money is magic and that these spells and these witchcraft and this propaganda that they put on us, you just start using common sense, man. Hey, man, they got me.
And host, one thing that made me even think about this before as well is with the current situation we're in, they've been trying to erase certain history. And I was like, wait a minute. If they've been erasing current history, what? They definitely erased history from back then. And even, I think it was Russia that found pictures of what Jesus looked like and everything.
They got the Black Madonna there in Russia.
Yes. Okay, I land. I'm getting too excited. I'm getting too excited. All
No,
right.
this is good. This is good.
Yes.
This is good.
I'm gonna let other
Yeah.
people talk.
So
Thanks.
if you guys understand, see, when these so-called Aztec warriors that the Hispanics want to claim, they're not them anymore. They've been breeded out. They're 60, 70, 80% conquistador now.
And they want to be classified white too.
And they're and the moment they start classifying those as white, they lose all Aboriginal, indigenous, everything when you start classifying yourself white. Africans are the indigenous people over there. Foundational Black Americans are the indigenous people here, at least in the United States. The Mayans, the Olmecs, the Incas, they were not some mixed hybrid mulatto race, y'all. There was no such thing as a mulatto or a mestizo back then. They were all copper-colored people.
Most definitely.
They became a mixed mulatto mestizo race later because the Spaniards, they did a good job. Listen, the Spaniards did if you want to know who the best colonizers were, it's by far the Spanish and the Portuguese.
Facts.
Europeans, they could never figure it out. They kept unaliving and we kept having to rescue them. They just couldn't figure out this colonizer thing.
And I know I said I was going to shut up, but
the Spanish did the best thing because they said, hey, you're all our people, and we just need you to brainwash you to keep creating more of our people. So, lighten the race, La Raza. They when they came up with that was genius because now even the darker skinned ones think they're the lighter skinned ones, and they want to be the lighter skinned. That's why they do so much damn cake sold.
hey, host, one more thing. When I was in my rabbit hole, I actually learned, and I need to do more research, but even like Creole people, some of them don't really have African in them at all. They came from the aboriginals, I believe, in France that traveled here and then, whatever.
So here's what you got to know. Creole actually came from the States. It did not come from Haiti. Creole originated here. Creole is nothing. Creole is nothing more than for lack of a better word, I'm gonna use Dick word, a pidgin English French language that originated here and then traveled over to Haiti, and they use kind of like a Spanish French kind of Creole over there. And
you don't think the French came here?
Jamaican patois is a pidgin type English mixed with the Irish accent because a lot of the indentured Irish was over there in Jamaica. That's why they sound like they have an Irish accent on a pidgin English, and they call it patois.
Creole is an American Indian term.
So too much.
For the Indians from Louisiana.
It came from us over here.
Right.
Go ahead, Dick.
Yeah, I think let's continue. I don't want to switch the context of the conversation because remember when I talked to you last time about the language stuff, and I went to go do the research, and I found out these people in America, these white people, they're really crazy, man. Do you all know that they had laws in place to ban melanated people from speaking their ancestral languages?
That's what we've been trying to tell y'all.
We had our mouths chained. They had our mouths and heads chained.
Listen, we couldn't say we was American Indian. It was outlawed. We couldn't speak, or they called it the savage tongue. We couldn't speak in the savage tongue. They made us speak English. They didn't want us speaking any other language but English because they know we can talk to each other and get messages out.
Right.
I try to tell y'all the word. Listen, kumbaya. That's actually kumbaya. That's actually like a Creole. Kumbaya is Creole. Come by here, Lord. Kumbaya, my Lord. Come by here, Lord. That's what it is.
Right.
We
And they're
got,
not.
man, listen, man. Listen. It was a time. That's why I'm saying, if you want to know who you are, what did your grandparents say you were? What did your parents say you were? Because they know, especially the ones that are in their 80 and 90-year-old. If you still got them, go talk to them, and they'll tell you, yeah, man, we Indian.
Right,
Yep.
right.
I
We
can
not
vouch that
African.
And let me tell you guys something. What
on both
I
sides.
read further too much. It only did happen to copper melanated people, right? It happened also to the Native American Indians here. There's what they call a Native American Languages Act of 1990. Go look that stuff up. It's a U.S. statute that gives historical importance to repudiate past policies of eradicating indigenous languages. That is effing crazy. This is just as 1990.
So this is what happened. The Siberians came over here through the Bering Strait, and they mixed in with us. We married some of them. We let them settle their own land and become their own people. We taught them how to be us.
Mm-hmm.
They took on our language. They took on our customs. They took on our cultures.
Mm-hmm.
We taught them. Do you know there's actual pictures of black women teaching Siberian children how to be Indian? There's
All right.
pictures of this stuff.
Those are the Indian boarding schools.
Host, thank you. Host, thank you for having me up here. I guess I get a little thing to contribute, you know. First of all, I need to thank you. I may start by saying that.
Speak into the mic. Speak into the mic so we can hear you, sir.
I may start by saying that black people in America who are saying they are not African.
Oh God.
See, something that you gotta know is that you can't run away from who you are. And you cannot deny who you are. First of all,
you need to hurry up and start this live, brother.
Okay. First of all,
by what standard are we African?
You gotta hurry up and start your live so you can start educating your people, man. We're tired of going back over the same stuff over and over and over and over and over.
Hold on a second.
By what standard are we African?
Because this
Okay,
is hold on a second.
By what standard are we African?
Bro, take
by
it
what
easy.
standard are we
Easy.
African?
Let me
ask you a question. Answer the question. Answer the question,
I ain't
bro.
saying nothing yet.
No,
Allow
answer
me
the
to
question.
speak.
Answer the question.
How can you ask me a question? You never hear from me. How
We
can you
gonna
ask
have
me
to
a
get a
question?
thing going.
By
Where
what standard are we
Let him
African?
talk.
Let him talk. Let Dark Eye.
Yeah,
Let Dark Eye talk.
ask me a question. Yeah.
We don't want to hear
To me,
babbling.
this is a
You just do you want to argue that Detroit?
We don't want to hear Bob.
I got a question.
Let him
This
talk.
sounds like
He's
tether
been
Let him
waiting a
peasant
talk,
long
man. Let him
babbling.
get
time.
off his
Let him
chest.
talk.
We gonna
We
be
don't want to
letting
hear
they talk.
tether peasant babble.
Man,
Wow.
let
Either
me
we're gonna
talk.
have
You
a
can ask
productive
me your
conversation, or we
question.
don't want to hear shit.
Let me talk. You can ask me a question because you don't have no
By what
evidence
standard
to
are we
prove.
African? Answer the question.
Because
You
if
got the
I
Let
ask you
floor.
him
to pull
talk.
up,
I will answer him. Let him talk.
let me talk. First of all, this is a disrespect to all American intellectuals. Person like Martin Luther King,
You're not
person like
American.
Malcolm X, because you cannot tell me person like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Minister Louis Farrakhan doesn't know that
What if
black
I
people
say
are
that you're
indigenous. And
disrespecting
if I ask you to pull up any
all
burial site,
Africans in Africa?
listen, if I ask you to pull up any burial site of the black indigenous people in America,
Kwame,
you cannot pull up any
Mandela.
burial
I
site.
don't even know.
Man, let me
What if
talk.
I say that?
Let me
You gotta look at the writings.
Bye.
What if I say that? I didn't drop you, y'all.
Thank you.
One of my mods, my mods is up in here.
Thank you.
But we can't keep going down the same path over. And listen, man, I want y'all. If y'all gonna have a gripe, if y'all gonna have a complaint, let it be something new, not some old stuff that we debunked already.
Oh, look, let me add something to it. 'Cause I think when it comes down to the people who aren't Black American, I think what they don't understand, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, why I feel how I feel about this movement now, is because I feel like now we are able to put ourselves in a position for our representation, especially when it comes to politics. Because a lot of times for me, when it come down, you look at the Democratic Party, it wasn't, they will put us in the minority group, put us with, oh, we doing stuff for black people, but they not doing stuff for American born black people. We aren't receiving none of these benefits, but they getting our votes. And then when it come to Republican, they just doing whatever they can to keep the power of white supremacy. Now that a lot of black people said, you know what, we're gonna sit out and we're gonna let you feel that belt. Now you're feeling the belt that we've been telling you for years. Hey, this shit real, bro. These people do not fuck with you. And other races, other cultures, it might just right now, it do feel like the Africans, y'all feeling the lashing of this belt. But trust me, it's gonna, everybody about to feel that lashing of the belt. And it ain't like no, I personally, I won't deny any African being in my bloodline. But at the same time, nobody gonna just tell me I'm African when I know for a fact my mama looked me dead in the eye like, yeah, my grandma was Blackfoot Indian. On my daddy's side, my grandma was Cherokee Indian. So it's like you can't tell me something when my elders then told me something that in their eyes is the truth.
And Terry, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I actually agree with you. Number one, because we have 71 people on the live, and I told everyone on different lives that when I talk to my African family, I'm gonna tell them, you cannot tell somebody who they are. Absolutely not. If they're native, aboriginal, African American, FBA, you cannot. Just like nobody can tell us who we are. So that's number one. So Terry, I agree with you with that. Now here's the issue that I think that we're having, Terry, is I know that your mama said that you were Blackfoot. I get it. So when I heard, when I thought my daughter, I heard that she was like Cherokee, her grandma had told me that. I was like, cool. To me, that means somewhere in the family, a Blackfoot intermarried or had a relationship with an SLV, whatever, African descendant. We'll just say that, African descendant, right? So Terry, you can't tell me that right now in your family, the only people that have been intermating are Native Americans. By now, you have African blood in you. So that, and probably more of that than you're Native. So when people come here, and no, let me just finish, and I'll land. We've been real respectful here. So by now, 500 years, 600, right? You cannot tell me there's more Native in you than African descendant. That's where I get confused. I land.
All right, let me demystify that for you.
I got it because she asked me. So look, I'm gonna put it like this. This world, the whole world, in every culture, what do? They attack the darker skinned people in their nation. So a lot of Native Americans blended with those that was enslaved that came here. I don't mean no offense if that's supposed to mess up the live thing. My bad. I won't use that word. But a lot of intermingling happened throughout the lines. And then what another thing is, when it come down to this nation of America, they like to rewrite history. Tell me what other nation you know where the losing sides get statues of they leaders when they revoked against the country. This is the country that has that.
Hold on, let me cut in real quick because I'm gonna just make it plain for her. Okay, listen.
Thank you.
When we do our DNA, okay, DNA cannot tell you what part of the world you come from. They use markers to determine that. So based on your DNA, they use something called a marker to determine if you come from this region or that region. We don't have, a lot of us don't really have Siberian red native. Some of us do, but a whole bunch of us don't have the red native American lineage or bloodline in us. We have a indigenous aboriginal bloodline. Okay, that is not. They try to take that aboriginal bloodline and say it comes from somewhere in West Africa, and that's just not true.
Not true at all.
DNA can
No,
only
I
tell you.
disagree. I
Hold on,
disagree.
no. It's true, man, because they use markers. So based on your DNA, they use markers and they can trace you back to a region. They don't. What they don't tell you is they don't have markers for the United States.
Okay,
They have
hey,
markers
let
for.
me just
They have,
add this.
hold on.
Let him finish, sis. Let him
Let
finish.
me just add this.
You just let him
You
finish.
are right, host. You are
Hold
right,
on.
and I
They
think
have
you're right
markers for
because
Central
my
America.
reasoning is a little bit different. Just hold on one second, and
Just let him
I
finish,
will land.
sis.
I will
Hold on,
land.
hello.
Real quick, real quick. No. Listen, I will land
Wasn't
real
finished,
quick.
sis.
We've been really respectful, just looking chill. FBA. I'm host. I actually agree with you, and I think what it is because they don't have the Indian blood in their DNA system. So you are right; they cannot even do your markers. So I agree.
We don't have red native. We don't have their
Their
not.
DNA.
Some of us have those red natives. Those red natives are not indigenous here. They are guests here. They were around when our ancestors were around, but they were guests just like the Europeans were guests. They were guests just like the Spanish were guests. They were guests here, and we just accepted them. Matter of fact, they were the ones that sided with YT and became the slave catchers over here.
Okay. Hey, host. Thank you so much. I'm gonna just mute for a while and let the other panelists. Cause I see you have a few new panelists.
Okay, let me finish, ma'am. Just let me finish so you can get the whole answer. They do not have the markers here. So what they do is they ask you questions in the DNA. Where do you think you come from? And what do you think most people put down? They say, well, I think I came from West Africa. I think, that's what the school told me. And then guess where you end up when you put that down there? You end up over there in that region. And let me tell you this. My haplogroup is different from an African haplogroup. My skull structure, do you know Americans are bigger than some of these African bone structures over there?
Cook.
It's not the same. We are the most athletic people on the planet.
Facts.
Over in this region. You put a tomahawk in my hand, I'm taking a scalp. You put a tomahawk in a 5'6", 5'7", 5'5" Hispanic wannabe red native hand, they're not taking those scalps. You're not hiding out in no dismal swamp.
Facts.
And unaliving British or French soldiers. That was only us. We put paint on our faces. We were already copper colored. We put paint on our faces. And we did that. We taught the red natives how to do that, and they think they're us. You think you put some black? You think if you're a YT bone structure type of man, you're gonna put some paint on your face and you're just gonna blend in? No, not like we can.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet Tubman, how did she know? How did she know that to create an underground railroad or have an underground railroad if she didn't know the terrain? She had to be from here. So when you look at DNA, yeah, it's gonna put you in Africa. It's gonna put you somewhere over in that region. But I always say, look at your living. What if you are really from that place? Like when Mexicans do their DNA, guess what? They have a living relative somewhere in Mexico, don't they? Don't they? Because they come from there, not from here. You do a lot of the DNA even from some of these red native tribes. Those are just Mexicans who infiltrated the tribes and say they're tribe. Say they're part. Those are the real $5 Indians beside the YT people. And if you do some of their DNA, it's going to place them right back to somewhere in Central America somewhere. And they got a living relative still over there. When you do our DNA and you look at all our family tree and all our 8th cousins, none of them come from Africa. If they do, you're probably from Africa. The real continent of Africa. You're somewhere, somehow, somebody came up over here in the 1900s something and slept with somebody and that's how you got a relative related over there in Africa. But most foundational Black Americans, you're not going to find one African relative. All their relatives are going to be melanated and they're going to come from here.
Peace, FBA.
But you said 500 years, of course.
Let me ask a question.
It's 500 years. Of course they're going to be from America.
Hold on, Elo.
Common sense. It's just that's why I said you got to use it, because education teaches you not to use common sense. It teaches you to use these other tools to think for yourself. Education forgot to teach you critical thinking.
Okay.
That's what education doesn't want to. It doesn't teach you how to critically think.
It's 500 years.
Let me ask you a question.
Think.
Let me ask you a question.
It's 500 years.
Yeah, hold on, hello, hold on. So you said the Hispanics, when they do their DNA, or I think Latinos or whatever, they're able to trace their relatives in the other land, correct?
Right, and again, those relatives. Remember, the Spanish ruled for 200-300 years before they passed it over.
Okay,
to them.
So what criteria were they able to determine their relative in that land?
They did it through DNA.
Okay, we know they did it through DNA, but since they identified the relatives in that land 400, 500, 600, how many years
They
ago?
can't go back 500. Listen, they can't go back 500, 600 years. They can only go back to their living relative. Their living relative is still alive. That's why they're living.
Okay, so the living relative, does that relative have a name? Were they able to determine that by names?
Oh, they go visit their relatives. What are you talking about? They travel back and forth and visit their relatives. That's how you know they're from there, not from here, not from the United States. They don't have United States markers. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. They don't, whether they don't have them on purpose or not, whatever they don't want, they don't have those markers.
You
but
know
they have
American
markers.
I have them on purpose.
They have
because
African markers. They have European markers. They have Asian. They have Chinese markers. They have all those markers. But what they forgot to have the ones for here. And you know what they try to use the ones for here? They try to use the red native, and they don't even come from here. Their markers are not even from here. Their markers are Siberian.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with me that they were able to determine that based on their names?
No.
Based on their names?
Yes.
They changed their names. So how can they base it on names when names change?
So how could you find a living how could you have a living relative and they don't have the same names?
John Overhill, John Over the Hill got shortened to John Hill.
No, they determine you have a living relative through the blood, through the DNA. That's how they determine. They have the same DNA that you have in you, they have in them. That's how they determine.
Okay.
Not by name, by living relative. And they got living relatives. That's how we know they don't belong to the United States. They belong outside of the United States because they got living relatives over there today.
Okay, got you.
Host, can I chime in, please?
It doesn't make sense. So host. Let's say this 500 years,
only the
right?
colonizer trying to separate us from our land. That's all it boils down to.
Can I say something?
No. I agree with that part.
Relatives today in England, in France, in Germany, in Ireland, they have living. Why are we the only ones without a living relative?
Because they came on an SLV ship. That's why. They came on an SLV ship. That's why.
No, that's not why. That doesn't cut off listen. That doesn't cut off our ancestors.
Bloodline. That wouldn't cut the bloodline.
No.
That don't cut off the bloodline, man. The bloodline stops here. The bloodline ends here in America.
No, when you do DNA tests, it shows you where the people.
No, that's what shows you. Hello, I have.
Listen,
okay.
The
Hello?
Dahomey
Can you talk
tribe,
to
the Dahomey, there's no more people from the Dahomey tribe, right? They got wiped out, right? But guess what? They still got living ancestors still in Africa. That tribe is gone, but that bloodline is still living.
Yes. Can I
So
chime in,
why
please?
is it that our bloodline does not go past this United States? Why doesn't it go? Why did it only
It
our
does.
bloodline?
They show you on the DNA test.
They showed you on a DNA test. Hello.
Listen. They showed you when you did your DNA because you're from Angola. So of course you're gonna have living relatives still in Angola. Listen. It's very simple. I want you to use.
Hold on. Are you saying like real people, like a real person, not just them showing your region?
Right. I'm talking about.
I think it's because those people have to actually do a DNA test too, for them to connect you. If they're not doing it, they can't connect you.
So you're saying all 50 million Black Americans, there's not one person that's living that can do a DNA over there in that region to claim us? You're telling me you're able to trace your ancestors back to Angola, and your ancestor did a DNA over there, but none of ours did theirs, and we.
You know what? You got me. You got me. And host, you know what? I actually ordered the 23andMe and the Heritage thing this week. I'm going to do both of them. And you're right. If they don't connect me to somebody, you are so correct.
Yes.
You are correct. You know what? Hey, when you got me, you got me.
Just so you know, 23andMe is went out of business, so they're no longer credible. They're no longer credible. They've done so much mixing with that DNA.
Okay.
They've been caught to be liars.
When I'm
Ancestry.com
wrong, I'm
is
wrong.
better. And then AfricanAncestry.com is another one. Okay, so those are and there's a post of other ones, but listen, DNA has to connect you to someone living.
But don't just do your
not someone unalive, someone living.
Okay, you're right.
And don't just do your DNA. Hello.
Relatives over there from your homeland. Think about it. Everybody else who does their DNA, they got somebody living in the land that they said they're from.
Yeah, and you know the reason why I feel like you're right is because my mom, dad is we have Portuguese in our blood too, because he was a mulatto. So even if they don't connect me to somebody in Africa, they should at least be connecting me to somebody in Portugal or Spain or somewhere, YT. Because I know that I should have somebody also connected to me. So I like what you said. I thank you. And Monique, go ahead. Thank you.
Can I please chime in?
Wait one second. I was gonna say hello. Do your genealogy as well. That's gonna be a more accurate record than DNA, because one thing, people are self-reporting with the DNA. They're testing these people from these different places, and they're saying, okay, we found these markers in this country by people self-reporting or them actually doing the testing in that country. So do your DNA, your genealogy, and get a better understanding. Okay.
I agree.
I'll pause.
Y'all, I'm trying to plug in my phone, but it looks like it's about to die. So I'm gonna do my best to try to get this plug in this phone, but the live is probably gonna go on. Let me see if I can get this thing in here. Okay, we're gonna see. I got it plugged in. It's at 2%. So
Can I jump in right quick, bro? Can I just chime in, brother and sisters? We have to just face the reality that this whole planet, especially America, and when I say America, not just North, South, Central, it was all melanated, man. We were all colored, man. And at the end of the day, whoever conquers a land writes the story.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been rewritten so many times. This is why they say do the research and find out who you are. My ancestors, they come from Panama. I mean, my great-great-grandmother and them is from the 𝗵𝗴𝗵𝗵 tribe. The 𝗵𝗴𝗵 tribe still exists to this day, but I was always told from a youngin' that know your genealogy, know your lineage, know that it's not discrediting or disrespecting anybody else where they're from, but you have to know where you come from. It's very important to know where you come from. the thing that that irritates me is that we don't have to down anybody of what they believe. And I just ask, don't tell me where I'm from when I know where I'm from. It's very, very, very deep and very important to know that we've been here. We've been here. We have too many receipts to prove that we've been here. There's more pyramids. There's more ethnicity. It's more.
Okay, sorry to mute you, brother. I'm at 1%, y'all. I'm gonna the live is gonna drop. Make sure you guys are plugged into the New Black Media, Professor Black Truth, Vicky Dillard, Torian Range, Afro Elite, Tariq Nasheed. Make sure you're if you're not following me, follow me. Follow the people on the panel. Check out fbacoin.org. Check out muchoart.com for wearable art that represents the culture. And I need to get my music streams of my album Too Much for TV. I need to get to 100,000 streams. So check out my album Too Much for TV. It's on all major streaming platforms. If you can't find it from Too Much for TV, just type in Too Much Moxie with 3 O's. With that being said, family, peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. Take care.
Thank you.